And good evening. Welcome to another edition of Scott City Beaver Basketball Tonight. Here's we come to you from Holcomb High School here in Holcomb, Kansas. Adam Kadavy with you here tonight as Scott City hits the road for the first time in 4 games, and it's a big one tonight and a doubleheader here with the Holcomb Longhorns. Glad to have you aboard here on this Friday. It's the final Friday of high school basketball for the regular season, at least for the Beavers, as they take on their big rivals, the Holcomb Longhorns. The girls' game, it's going to be a pretty good one here. Scott City comes in with 2 consecutive wins to get themselves in a position to get back to 500 with a win tonight. They're 8-9 overall, 1-2 in the Great West Activity Conference. A won in non-league play on Tuesday night over the Lake and Lady Bronx at home, 43-31. The Holcomb Lady Longhorns, they've fallen on hard times after the midseason tournament there at the Hillsborough Trojan Classic. They lost to a very good Heston team, and then they dropped 3 in a row in league. All but the Hugoton game were in league play. They lost to Colby by 2 on the road, lost to Hugoton by 4 here at home, and then lost to Goodland 61-39 last Tuesday. They snapped that 4-game losing streak with a win over the Ulysses Lady Tigers, 71-29. They come in at 10-6 on the year, 1-2 in the league. Both teams on the girls' side are 1-2. On the boys' side, Scott City comes in with a little momentum. They've won 3 of the last 4 as they knocked off the Lake and Bronx on Friday night and held them off 49-46 to get north of 500. They're 9-8 on the year, 2-1 in the Great West Activity Conference. The Holcomb Longhorns have struggled here as of late. They have lost 4 in a row, and that's a rare occurrence for a Holcomb Longhorn team. They're 8-8 on the year and 0-3 in the Great West Activity Conference. That's another unusual scene there, but they lost at Ulysses on Tuesday night, 47-41, and what many people consider that is a big upset, and it's a team that has not won on the road all year, have the Holcomb Longhorn boys. We'll step aside. We're going to take a timeout here of 3 minutes. We'll have more of your pregame show. We'll break down the Substate standings heading into tonight and also the Great West Activity Conference, and we'll see if we go that full 3 minutes. We may go here a little bit later than that, but tip time, it's slated back around 6:10 or so this evening. Back after this timeout, this is Scott City Beaver Basketball.
White's Food Liner is located at 1314 South Main Street in Scott City, Kansas. They are open daily from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Home delivery is available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. just by calling 620-872-5854. They are a full-service grocery store offering a wide selection of varieties at affordable prices. Sign up today for their mobile app. Look for it in the App Play Store under White's Food Liner. Don't forget to visit today.
As your local community foundation, we are dedicated to preserving local wealth so the communities in and around Scott County will forever remain an attractive place to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. To learn more, visit us online at scottcf.org.
How would you describe your career?
Rewarding. It's more than just a job.
Great vacation, great sick pay.
Great opportunities to move forward. Good work environment, good people. Always something new, always something different.
Every day you learn something new.
Their commitment to education is second to none.
Big pace for my school.
I love it because we're all one big happy family.
Family.
Family. It's like a family.
Grow your career with American Implement and John Deere.
Western State Bank proudly supports Scott Community High School students and athletes as they prepare for another great year of achievements. Just as our students prepare for another successful year, we encourage you to be prepared for whatever life may bring you. Stop in and talk with the knowledgeable staff at Western State Bank, whether it be a new home loan, financing for your business, or any one of our checking and savings account options. We're here to help you. Make sure to check out all of our internet banking options provided at WSBKS.com. Western State Bank, member FDIC. And as always, go Beavers!
So this is a big game here tonight with Holcomb and Colby maybe potentially swapping if Holcomb were to win. Holcomb right now at 10-6. Lakin a half game back of Holcomb at 9-6, but Holcomb does hold the tiebreaker on Lakin if they do have the same record heading into Substate. Scott City is at 8-9 on the year. They're right now couple games back of the 5 spot of Lakin. Southwestern Heights 5-12. Really, Scott City's in a pretty prime spot here in that 6th spot, and Larned right now sitting at 3-13, 13.5 games. So if it were seeded right now, Goodland would host Larned, Cimarron would host Southwestern Heights, Colby would host Scott City, and Holcomb would host Lakin. On the boys' side, the number 1 and number 8 seeds have pretty much been wrapped up or sealed. Colby boys 14-3 on the year. They have the number 1 overall seed on percentage points, just because Lakin has played 2 fewer games. They actually have the number 2 spot on Scott City. Lakin at 8-7, Scott City at 9-8, even though they're 5 games back of Colby. But percentages, it's Lakin at the higher winning percentage. Right now, Holcomb and Goodland are tied for that pivotal 4-5 spot at 8-8. They split the regular season series. So for between 2 and 5 in the boys' side, it is just 1 half game separating the teams. That'll all change here possibly tonight. Larned is at 5-11. They're 8.5 games back of the leader Colby. Cimarron rather is at 4-12, and Southwestern Heights has clinched the number 8 spot. They will be on the road at Colby first round of Substate. They're at number 8 spot in the Lakin Substate. So Cimarron and Ulysses, Colby's at Dodge City, Goodland and Scott City and Holcomb, Lakin and Elkhart, Larned and Heston, Southwestern Heights, South Gray tonight. Goodland has a night off. On the league standings, taking a look at that real quickly heading into tonight, Goodland at 4-0, Hugoton at 3-1, Colby at 2-2, and then you have a 3-way tie. Cimarron, Holcomb, Scott City, all 1-2 in the league. That'll all change after tonight. Ulysses is at 0-3. Also on the boys' side, Hugoton right now in the driver's seat at 4-0 in the league. Colby at 3-1. Scott City at 2-1. They are half game back of second place in the league. Goodland at 2-2. Ulysses at 1-2. And then Holcomb and Cimarron both at 0-3. That's how they look right now. Mentioned Cimarron, Ulysses, Colby, Dodge City, Scott City, Holcomb, and Hugoton stepping out of league play tonight. They've got the old foes from the High Plains League and the Syracuse Bulldogs. So we'll step away for another timeout. When we do come back, we're going to hear comments from head coach for the Lady Beavers in Scott City and Amy Felker. Back after this timeout, this is Beaver Basketball.
Is your dog ungroomed and smelly? Then come on by the new and improved Wagon Wash, located at 501 Jackson Street in Scott City, Kansas. We added on a dog wash for your pet's hygienic needs. There are 6 different modes you can choose from: shampoo, oatmeal conditioner, rinse, odor control, flea and tick, and blow dry. Our facilities are regularly cleaned, and we have a vending machine full of treats for you and your pet. Follow us on Facebook at Wagon Wash Car Wash.
pregame. And Coach, thanks for joining me here this evening. It was a 43-31 victory over Lakin on Tuesday night to get to 8-9 on the year and inch closer to 500 in back-to-back victories. Taking a look at the game on Tuesday night, what did you see with your team?
I think we played really well. We knew what we needed to do defensively. We rebounded well. We just did a lot of things more on sync defensively. Offensively, a lot of girls just stepped up, made the nice shots. We made the extra pass and got some people some little baskets that made a high percentage for us to shoot. And, it was just a real good team effort on Tuesday.
Was there a little bit of concern maybe about how Lakin probably kind of came back after you were up by a little over 20 in that third quarter?
That third quarter, they started putting a lot of pressure on us, trapping on their defense, and their long arms on the traps were hard to see around. They were really physical type of team, and we just kind of struggled for a little bit, and then we gradually started getting it figured out and held our composure and just finished strong.
You had to like how you were able to get back into Brooke. She, I believe, had another double-double there, and Kendall really is shooting the ball pretty well right now, but you had 8 players that checked in and 7 scored, and I think all 8 of them at least tipped in one shot. You got to like to see that. Just that way they're not keen on really your top 2.
It is nice that people see that other people are scoring and other people are starting to take the shots, so they can't just leave them wide open. Some of these girls that don't shoot very often actually shoot a really, really high percentage. They just don't shoot. They just aren't confident in it. But they're starting to gradually get that, and that's going to be a good thing for our overall team play, and then it'll help our Erica and Brooke get some easier shots and not with 2 or 3 people on them.
It was a big win against a Substate team that you won't see here for the rest of the regular season. And how big is that with the rest of your schedule, not only league but Substate?
It's just nice to play them and to work hard and get some confidence and everything and just keep us rolling into the postseason and to the rest of our league play. So it's just nice.
Coach Amy Felker here pregame tonight. Scott City taking on the Holcomb Lady Longhorns. This is a team that snapped a 4-game losing streak and looked like they really took out their frustration of that losing skid there on a Tuesday night at Ulysses, winning pretty big by over 40 points here. But take a look at Holcomb. I know January 13th really has to be in the back of your guys' memory. You guys played a good game, but boy, they shot pretty well. And what are some things maybe you'd like to do here a little bit different tonight?
Tonight we're definitely going to have a hand in all shooters' faces. We can't just key in on a couple people. We have to be able to cover everybody on the 3-point line. We talked about it last night that we don't want to give up 3s and then just score 2s. So we want to really take their 3s away, make them go to the inside where Brooke will be strong on the inside for us. And, we'll just keep battling and continue to play defense the way we are.
The way they shot the 3s the last time, does that maybe switch your defense up? Or are you planning on maybe varying your defenses tonight?
Well, we're going to play our man some, and we're also going to play our zones, but our zone is going to be more spread out and just leave Brooke on the inside, and that will force them to drive, and then we can help and that kind of stuff. But we just want to really spread it out and make sure we don't give up any uncontested 3-point shots.
Final Friday game of the regular season for Scott City is tonight. They take on the Holcomb Lady Longhorns. Coach Amy Felker here in the pregame. And Coach, thanks again for the time, and good luck to you guys.
Thanks, Adam.
That was Scott City Lady Beaver Coach Amy Felker. Your pregame interview brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with Hugh and Berta Benz in Scott City and Leota. More to come in the pregame show. We'll have a breakdown of the matchup. Also bring you starters, keys to the game, and the tip-off after this timeout. This is Scott City Beaver Basketball.
If you are in the market for a new or used vehicle, check out J&R Car and Truck Center of Scott City. J&R Car and Truck has a fully trained service and part staff for repairs on most makes and models of vehicles. Locally owned and operated, J&R Car and Truck Center provides over 250 new and used vehicles in stock and ready to be delivered. Stop on in and check out jrcarandtruck.com for your next vehicle. J&R Car and Truck Center, your Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealership in Scott City.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry Office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD, today.
They played probably one of their better games of the year and still lost by 18 and scored 55 points, one of their season highs. So it wasn't all bad against Holcomb. Just Holcomb played that much better and hit their shots. But that game, Scott City was led by Brooke Strine with 21 points and Erica Felker with 18. And Jared Kurleski scored 25 and Hallie Jones added 18 for Holcomb in that to win for the Lady Longhorns. But after that, Scott City, well, they had that short turnaround, and then they won 2 in a row there against Kingman and Lions in the Sterling Invitational. So they got back on the right swing of things after that game. Holcomb, they're 10-6 on the year, and both teams are 1-2 in the Great West Activity Conference heading in here to tonight. Scott City has lost 4 in a row here to Holcomb. 5'9" sophomore, or correction, Cheyenne Kramer was off one. Avery Lewis getting the start, the 5'9" junior, 3.5 points and 3.5 rebounds a game. So once again, Brindley Stevens, Kendall Gentry, Brooke Strine, Erica Felker, and Cheyenne Kramer. Scott City averaging 45 points a game. Holcomb averages 50 a game. Starting lineups tonight, it'll be for Holcomb, coached by Andrea Artery in her 4th season, assisted by Marcy Van John. It'll be Kaylin King, a 5'5" sophomore. Also, Brooklyn Denniston, the 5'5" junior, at 3.7 points a game. Bella Galliard, a 5'3" freshman. She averages 8.4 points and 5 rebounds a game. Also, Hallie Jones, she is a 5'6" sophomore at 13.6 points and 7.8 rebounds a game. And Jared Kurleski, the 5'7" junior, she averages 16.2 points and 3.5 rebounds a game. So actually a slight change in the starting lineup tonight. Kaylin King is not starting. It's Brooklyn Denniston, Belia Galliard, Jared Kurleski, Hallie Jones, and Emily Resendez is actually starting tonight. She is a 5'6" junior. Those are your starters tonight, presented by Security State Bank. Onward to our keys to the game, presented by State Farm agent Michael Trout. We go the proven winner when it comes to insurance. They score big with the policyholders. Keys tonight for Scott City. I think the big key is you got to guard the perimeter, especially after what happened last game against Holcomb. They were 11 of 15 on 3. Second key for Scott City, you got to pound it into the paint. Those are your keys to the game tonight, presented by State Farm agent Michael Trout. Scott City tonight wearing the road navy blue uniforms with the light blue numbers and letters and white trim. Holcomb in their throwback uniforms wearing the white tops, the black numbers and letters, and the orange trim. It'll be Brooke Strine in center circle of Scott City. She'll be tipping up against Jara Kurleski of Holcomb. Glad you can join us here for this broadcast. Game number 18 for Scott City on the year. As the official throws it up, tipped, and it's going to be won by Scott City as we're underway here in Holcomb. They'll move from right to left here in half number 1. Holcomb opens up man-to-man. Strine at the foul line, goes right to Kendall Gentry. Now ball deflects, trying to get in the Strine and stolen by Holcomb. Here's a Kurleski all the way, high off the glass and good. 2-0 Holcomb with 7:42 to go first quarter, so they are picking up from where they left off on Tuesday night against Holcomb, and now, or against Ulyssa, and then another steal by Kurleski up top. She has 2 steals, and early on here. Kraleski, no pass left side. Denniston now. Kraleski from long range. No. Strine can get the rebound, and it's saved by Emily Resendez for Holcomb. 2-0. We've played nearly a minute here in Holcomb. Not a good start for the Lady Beavers. They have turned the ball over twice in as many possessions. Scott City in his own defense up top with it is Kraleski. Goes right to the pass. That is to Gallier. Now Gallier will try a right wing three and off the heel, but the long rebound back out high, and it's Kraleski and another opportunity. Long shots mean long rebounds. 6:50 to go first quarter. They're working around left side. Denniston now right side to Jones. Back up top, here's Kraleski. She'll drive in, kick it over left side to Bella Galliard. Up top to Denniston. Now Jones will launch a three. She'll be good. Hallie Jones, her 31st three. 5-0 Holcomb. 6.5 to go first quarter. And Holcomb with 2 offensive boards that possession, and that got him 3 points. Left corner to Erica Felker. Scott City needs to get a basket here. They have turned it all over twice and now 3 times in as many possessions. 6:19 to go first quarter. 5-0 for Holcomb. Scott City has not attempted a shot yet. Holcomb is 2 of 4 to begin this game, and 3 of those attempts are on threes. They hit 1 out of 3. Kraleski goes over to Bella Gallier. Back up top to Kraleski. Back to Gallier. Back to Kraleski at top. Now in the middle. And it's to Resendez. Working back up top. Bounce pass in Resendez. Now right corner. Hallie Jones launches another three. That one off the iron, and the rebound backside to Erica Felker for Scott City. 5-0 Holcomb. We've played 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Gentry into the front court. Use up a dribble. Fine Shine Kramer. Pivots. Now trying to go behind to Brentley Stevens. 4 possessions and 4 turnovers for Scott City and Coach Amy Felker. She's going to burn a 30-second timeout and also bring in 2 subs. So 5:46 to go first quarter. 5-0 Holcomb leads it. Basketball here presented by Brewster Club corporate sponsors including Winterland Farms, White's Food Liner, also Wheatland Electric, Western State Bank, Western Kansas Insurance Service, Volgamore Family Farms, Turner Sheet Metal, True North Cafe, Tri-Pack North America, Original Grande, Stevens Veterinary Services, State Farm Insurance, Spencer Pest Control, and Security State Bank. So Scott City has yet to attempt a shot here. They already have 4 turnovers here in the first quarter, and it's 5-0 Holcomb, and it is their ball back. Coach Amy Felker sensing frustration there and burned a 30-second timeout. She also inserted in Mackenzie Metzger, the 5'5 sophomore, and the 5'9 sophomore Avery Lewis into the lineup. 5:40 to work first quarter, almost stolen by Metzger. Now right side with the pass up top to Kraleski. She'll drive in, floater up, banked home. Kraleski with 4, and it's 7-0, 5.5 to go first quarter. Holcomb is now 3 of their first 6 from the floor. Scott City yet to attempt a shot. Strine now Lewis looking to drive in. A lot of contact, and it'll be stripped out of there. She was going up. It'll still stay Scott City basketball, though. Lady Beavers down 7 here in the early going with 5:20 to work here in the opening quarter. Inbound left corner, here's Kendall Gentry, her runner in the paint, up and too strong, rebound, and here comes Kraleski on the run. Races all the way, leans, hangs, shoots, and gets it high off the glass. She had 6, 9-0 with 5:08 to go first quarter. Boy, Scott City 0 for 2 and 4 turnovers, and Holcomb now forces turnover number 5. This is not a good start here for Scott City. Jones a right wing three, good. Just like that, it's 12-0, and this one's going to be a full timeout for Scott City. Coach Amy Felker very unhappy with their team with 4:50 to go first quarter. Holcomb has already started up 12-0 back after this break. This is Beaver basketball.
To us, it's about so much more than just providing the technology. It's about enriching the communities we live in, because your community is our community. Where you live, where you work, where you play, we do too. Whatever you do, and wherever you are, our service supports you. Next Tech Wireless, we are Kansas.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Chaplin Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Chaplin Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
At 12-0 on Scott City here as we're down to the 4:45 mark of the first quarter. And another turnover. It's a sixth turnover for Scott City in their first 7 possessions. 4.5 to go first quarter. Lady Beavers have only attempted 2 shots. Now right side with it is Ella Galliard. Bounce pass in the paint. Shumper up and too strong. Rebound Brooke Strine that was put up by Resendez. And Strine collects her first board. Scott City needs to settle the troops down as Brinley Stevens checked back in here with 4:20 to go first quarter. 12-0. Strine will take it strong. Her layup is good, or no good, excuse me. They'll give her 2 free throws, and that's the first foul of the game on either side. They're going to get Jared Kurlowski with a foul her first. Strine at the line this year, 70%. This will be her 100th free throw attempt. She's 69 of 99 as a team Scott City right at 69%. Strine free throw the southpaw. She left it short. Cheyenne Kramer in for Mackenzie Metzger with 4:15 to go first quarter. Holcomb 5 of their first 8 from the floor. Make that 5 of the first 9. Scott City 0-2 and now 1-2 at the line as Strine gets Scott City on the board. 3 minutes and 45 seconds into the game. 12-1 your score. Lady Beavers will switch things up to a man-to-man defense. Kurleski holds it up top. Holcomb will only play about 6 players. And working around left side to Resendez, to Belly Galliard. Right side, Jones. She'll turn down the 3 and drive strong to the basket. Hallie Jones with 8. 14-1, 3:52 to go first quarter. And the hot start continues for the Longhorns. Strine with it goes right side to Brinley Stevens. Now here's Cheyenne Kramer left side to Avery Lewis. She'll take the jumper from 17 on the left side. And then the fight for the rebound. It'll be last touched by Holcomb. It'll stay with Scott City. 14-1 and Kurleski knocks the ball out of bounds. We're down to 3:37 to go first quarter. And inbound will be up top to Avery Lewis. Lewis into Strine, catches it, goes to right, bank shot good. Strine with all 3 of Scott City's points. With 3:29 to go first quarter at 14-3. And the thing with Scott City, you just kind of keep fighting here. Now you got to play from behind here all night here. And with it, driving left side, here is Brooklyn Dennison. Her shot is blocked, and Cheyenne Kramer collects the board for Scott City. Lady Beavers can get another basket here, make this a single possession game with 3:08 to go first quarter, or single digit game, I should say. Felker will try the right side 3. Too strong on her first shot attempt. Kurleski tracks down the rebound in the corner, already her 3rd board of the quarter. So good look from Felker in the right corner, but could not connect. We're down to 2:50 to go first quarter. 14-3, Holcomb the lead. They started out 12-0. Scott City's already burned 2 timeouts. Here's another Jones 3, and she has hit 3 of 4 threes. She has 11. It's 17-3 with 2:38 to go first quarter. And Holcomb continuing from where they left off against Ulysses on Tuesday night. Left corner to Avery Lewis, looking for a cutter. Into Strine, has nice position and goes up strong with the left hand on the left side. She has all 5 of Scott City's points. 2:20 to go first quarter at 17-5. Right now, Holcomb has no answer for her, but unfortunately for Scott City, they have no answer for the Longhorns. They've hit 3 threes. Jones has hit all 3 of them. She has 11 and 6 for Kurleski. Thus, they're 2 scorers here. As we approach 2 minutes to go first quarter, lob at left corner. Kurleski turns down the deep 3, drives in up top. Jones for her 4th 3 of the quarter. That one, oh my goodness, she'll get it to roll in. 20-5 with a minute 54 to go first quarter. That one, you know it's your night when that one will just sneak right back in. Brinley Stevens with it, into Strine, catches it, goes up strong, hacked, and she'll get 2 free throws. As they'll get the foul on Brooklyn Denniston, her first. That'll be Holcomb's 2nd foul, and Strine has been the only one to shoot other than Felker here as of late. Strine has all 5 of Scott City's points in her 2nd trip to the charity line this quarter. Free throw is good, and she makes it 20-6. 1:43 to go first quarter. Kendall Gentry in for Brinley Stevens. Holcomb brings in Kaylin King, the 5'5 sophomore, as she'll replace Galliard. Resendez. Second free throw won't go. Cheyenne Kramer, nice hustle for the rebound. Now Felker will take it strong to the rack, get stripped going up. It'll still stay with the Lady Beavers here with minute 38 to go, opening period. 20-6 for Holcomb. Jones has hit 4-3. She has 14 first quarter points for Holcomb, and right corner to Erica Felker. Now to Strine. She'll drive in strong, high up, and banks it home. She has all 7. Make that all 8 of Scott City's points. 20-8, 1:28 to go first quarter. As the Lady Beavers have scored a 3-point trip there, and now a 3 on the other end, rimming in and out for Brooklyn Denniston, and Cheyenne Kramer collects her third board of the quarter. And Scott City will have a chance to get it down to 10. Strine will take the left elbow jumper. No, rebound into the hands of Galliard. Down to a minute 6 to go. Ball trickles down the court, but picked up at half court by Denniston. And now the Kraleski back to Denniston up top. They'll swing it over right side. And driving in, pull up King, bank shot. No, Brooke Strine with her second rebound of the quarter for Scott City. 50 seconds to work first quarter at 20-8 for Holcomb. Right corner, Kendall Gentry. She'll look to drive in, entry feed into Strine, catches, faces up Jones, and she tries to throw it up. A lot of contact. They won't let it. They won't call it. And Holcomb back the other way. Here's Kraleski. She gets tripped up, and they let that one go. So I guess it's foul for foul they don't call. And it'll go back to Scott City's Mackenzie Metzger checks back in to replace Cheyenne Kramer. That was Holcomb's first turnover. Scott City turned the ball over 6 times on their first 8 possessions. Here with 30 seconds to go in the opening quarter. 20-8 for Holcomb. Gentry uses up her dribble just across half court. Now Strine goes right side to Mackenzie Metzger. Back up top it'll go. To Gentry, left to Felker. She'll try a 3, left side. That'll be wide right into the hands of Brooklyn Denniston for Holcomb. 14 seconds to go first quarter. Here's Holcomb back the other way. Denniston, and now left corner wide open is Kraleski, and she'll make Scott City pay with the left corner 3. Holcomb with 5 threes in the quarter, 23-8 with 2 seconds, 1 second. Felker's half-court heave. That hits the front of the rim, and that's the end of your first quarter. Scott City couldn't play any worse than they did, and Holcomb couldn't have played any better than they did. 23-8 after 1. Back in a minute for the second. This is Beaver basketball.
Chambliss Roofing has you covered since 1993. They are prepared for any job like maintenance and repair, an upgrade, or a new install. They provide the best customer service for residential and commercial roofing. Looking to upgrade to a metal roof? They can do that as well. If you have any existing damage or are looking for a roof that will last for years to come, don't wait to get a free consultation. Visit their website, chamblissroofing.com, by scanning the QR code on screen now.
Of Scott City.
Holcomb hit 5 threes in that first quarter, and they lead Scott City 23-8 as we head to the second. It'll be Holcomb ball. Hallie Jones leads Holcomb with 14 points. She hit 4 of those threes. Jared Kraleski has the other 9, and she hit 1 3 right at the end of the first quarter. Scott City had all 8 points come from Brooke Strine. The Lady Beavers in his own defense to begin the second quarter. Left side here with it is Holcomb's Kaylin King, and back up top to Kraleski. Scott City shot 3 of 11 in that first quarter, but they had 6 turnovers as well. They were just 27%. And here's a 3, no, and the rebound to Erica Felker for Scott City. She grabs her second board. Scott City was out-rebounded 7-6 in that first quarter. Holcomb only had 1 turnover. Now Felker with it up top. She'll go around left side. She'll drive in, strip, saves it right back to Avery Lewis on the right side. And that shot won't crawl in. Strine was the last to touch it, trying to grab the board. And that just summarizes Scott City's first half so far. It belongs to Holcomb. 23-8, first minute of the second quarter. Ulysses girls lead Cimarron after the first quarter, 9-7. That's your surprise in the league right now. Here's a layup on the other end, good for Jones. She already has 16, 25-8, 6:52 to go first half. Man, everything. Oh, there's going to be a travel up top on Kendall Gentry. Turnover number 7. Coach Felker will send Megan Trout, a 5'10 sophomore. And Holcomb with it out high, up by 17, 90 seconds into this second quarter. And working around left side, here's Kurleski. Now pulling up King for a deep 2. Short rebound, Megan Trout for Scott City. Just 2 players have scored for Holcomb and just 1 for Scott City. And it goes to Strine. She'll go right block. Bank shot. A lot of contact, and she's fouled. She'll get 2 free throws. And now Strine with her 5th and 6th free throws of the half. That'll be on, I think it was on Kaylin King. Correction, Jara Kurleski, that's her second. Strine with the free throw. She's 3 of 5 and has all 9 of Scott City's points with 6:15 to go first half. And will be Emily Resendez replacing Jara Kurleski, who has 2 of Holcomb's 3 fouls in this first half with 6:15 to go. 25-9, make it 25-10. And Strine has all 10 of Scott City's points here in this first half. Holcomb is 9 of 16 from the floor in that first quarter. They're 1 of 3 in this second period. As we're down to 6 minutes to go first half. King turns down the 3, but the official says she shuffled her feet. Turnover number 2 on Holcomb. Scott City's committed 7 errors in this first half. 25-10 Scott City trails. 6 minutes to go first half from Holcomb High School. Felker into the front court with the dribble. Man-to-man Holcomb defense. Goes left with it now to Avery Lewis. Lewis pivots up top to Strine. Strine guarded by Denniston out high. Goes right side to Kendall Gentry. Gentry around a couple Longhorns. Bullet pass left side to Lewis. And now she'll look to feed it into Trout left block. Now gets it back to Strine. She'll drive in. Throws it up and another foul. Strine getting her free throws in the first half. This will be free throws 7 and 8, and that'll be on Kaylin King, her first, the 4th team foul. Scott City yet to commit a foul this half. Strine 4 of 6 at the line, make it 5 of 7. She's getting ready for the free throw contest at a later date. 25-11, 5:37 to go first half. Second free throw also good. She's hit her last 4, and she has all 12 of Scott City's points. We're 2.5 minutes into this second half, and Scott City with 4 in a row, all at the line from Strine to make it 25-12. Strine had 21 in the first meeting. 5:20 to go first half. Lady Beavers in a zone defense. Holcomb only 1 of 3 from the field in this second half. Now they go right side to King, and a whistle. That's going to be a push on Scott City fighting through a screen. They're going to get Brooke Strine with the foul, her first. And that'll be their first foul. 5:13 to go first half. So it took Scott City nearly 11 minutes without a foul here in the game. And now the pass for Jones. She reels it in. Back up top to King. Working around the perimeter left side to Denniston. Back around the horn it goes. Allie Jones. Jones will drive in on Felker. Kick it up top to King. Left side, Brooklyn Denniston for a 3. She rattles it home. Her 10th 3 of the year, and it's 28-12 with 4:50 to go first half. And Holcomb with already 6 threes in this first half. I don't know what it is with them in threes against Scott City, but they continue to shoot a high percentage. They're now 6 of 11 on threes in the first half. As going to be Mackenzie Metzger checking in to replace Kendall Gentry. 4:38 to go second quarter. It's 28-12. Holcomb's led by as many as 17 in this first half. They'll throw it up top to Avery Lewis. Now Felker wide open left corner 3. Finally got one down. Her 34th 3 of the year in a trade for threes there. 28-15. 4.5 to go first half. Scott City finally gets somebody to score other than Strine, and it's Felker with her first 3-point basket of the night, and Scott City's first triple as well. Right side, they get it over to Galliard. Bounce pass, they work it over high right to Denniston, back to Galliard. Entry feed into Resendez. Over Trout, high up, no. Rebound, Erika Felker. Good defense that time for Scott City. Near the midway point of the second quarter, Scott City down 13 with the ball, 28-15. They'll go to the left here, not use the screen, and stripped in. It's going to be stolen away. Here's another Scott City turnover, their 8th. Lead pass down the floor to Resendez. Her layup is good. Resendez makes it 30-15 with 3:48 to go first half. So the lead back up to 15 for Holcomb. Felker with it up top. Holcomb goes to his zone. They'll go into the middle to Strine. Right side to Mackenzie Metzger. Holds it. She'll put it on the floor a couple of times. 3.5 to work first half. Right side to Megan Trout. Trout with it up. Lob it into Strine at the right elbow. Now trying to get it to Avery Lewis underneath there, and that's behind her and out of bounds. Turnover number 9. Had the right idea, but that time Lewis and Strine weren't on the same page. With 3:24 to go second quarter, Scott City down by 15. Holcomb with the ball back. Scott City's only hit 4 field goals this game. 3:12 to go first half. Make that 4 field goals for Scott City. 3 2-point baskets and a 3-pointer. Now in the paint, it's Resendez with it. Now bounce the right corner. Here's an open Galliard 3. Too strong in the rebound, and Hallie Jones, but then ripped away from her teammate, the King, and then they'll throw it away. That'll be just the 3rd turnover. As Scott City brings in Kramer and also Brinley Stevens, Megan Trout, and who else exited? It'd be Avery Lewis. 2:53 to go first half. 30-15 your score for Holcomb. Mackenzie Metzger will take it across the half-court line. Will go right with pass, but it's poked away by King. And she'll stop, wait for Gallard to drive in. She'll miss the layup, and the rebound to Strine. Scott City with 3 turnovers in a row. They have 10 in the half. Trail at 30-15 with 2.5 to go second quarter. Much better second quarter for Scott City, but they just dug themselves way too big of a hole in that first quarter. Up top to Brinley Stevens. She fumbles it, and it's turnover number 11. The 4th consecutive turnover. Galliard's layup is good and one. Galliard makes it 32-15 with 2:16 to go first half. And that'll be team foul number 2 on Scott City and the first on Mackenzie Metzger. Brinley Stevens in, or out, excuse me. Also Mackenzie Metzger out, Avery Lewis in, as well as Kendall Gentry. First trip to line tonight for Holcomb, and it's Galliard who's 58% on the year. Holcomb as a team, 63%. The free throw too strong. Trying Kramer the 4th board. Holcomb matches their largest lead at 32-15. It's been an even game in this second quarter, or 7 for each, or make that 9-7. Shot wide left for Kendall Gentry, and the rebound to Holcomb. 2 minutes to go second quarter. Right side open is Denniston. She'll take the 3 and bury another 3. 35-15. They're on a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes. 1:50 to go first half. Kendall Gentry left corner. Erica Felker an answer back deep 3, and she buries it. Her second 3 of the night. She has 6, 35-18, 1:41 to go first half. That'll end the 7-0 Holcomb run. Holcomb with 7 threes in this first half. Scott City with 2. 37-18 under 90 seconds to go first half. Left corner, here's King, and she'll try a 3. Too strong to Erica Felker. Grabs the rebound. Now she's harassed, and that's going to be a hold on Bella Galliard, her first and the team's 5th. Felker with her 4th board of the night. That'll allow some subs to check in as they bring in Jared Kraleski replacing Bella Galliard. Also, Scott City bringing back in Megan Trout for Brooke Strine, who scored the first 12 for Scott City tonight. 37-18, minute 12 to go first half. Skip it over right side, Avery Lewis. Lewis holds it up top to Gentry. Now in the middle, the Trout at the foul line. Lewis right side to Erica Felker with a minute to go second quarter. Now in the paint, here's Kramer, her jumper. It crawls off the backyard. No, the rebound, Avery Lewis goes up and she's fouled. She'll get 2 free throws. That was a good look for Kramer and a good hustle by Lewis. Scott City still fighting, down 17 late first half. Brooklyn Denniston picks up her second foul and the team's 6th of the half. And Lewis to the line, 57% on the year and too strong on the first. Scott City now 6 of 9 from the line. Denniston and Kraleski each with 2. Brooke Strine in for Megan Trout. 54.8 to go second quarter. Free throw number 2 for Lewis. Too strong as well. Strine grabs the rebound. Power dribble. Goes to her left. Leaves it short. Fight for the rebound and in the hands of Hallie Jones. Had a couple opportunities there, but Holcomb with the ball up 19. 40 seconds to work first half. Right side, it's to King. Entry feed in to Galliard, who's back in the game. Stuffed by Strine. Then it went off of Galliard out of bounds. Good play by Strine on the blocked shot. And out of bounds it'll go to Scott City. Is right now Galliard a little shaken up. But I think she's going to be all right. Back in is going to be Brooklyn Denniston. She'll replace Galliard. 35 seconds remain here in the opening half. 19-point Holcomb lead, 37-18. Gentry pass too high for Strine and the 12th Scott City turnover. Holcomb in transition. Here's driving in. That's going to be a charge taken by Kendall Gentry. Interesting call there, but it goes Scott City's way, and that'll be on Kraleski, her third with 23 seconds to go first half. Scott City needed something to go their way. I guess it'll be that, but right now the damage has been done here so far. Sammy Magana in for the first time, a 5'2 freshman for Holcomb, their 7th player. Kramer left baseline jumper, nothing but net from 17. 35-20, they scored the last 5 with 8 seconds to go first half. 6 seconds, 5, 4. Hallie Jones with it with 3, with 2. Steps back, launches a 25-footer, and it's too strong. And that's the end of your first half. Not only her second 3 miss in 6 attempts. 37-20 Holcomb with the lead here over Scott City at intermission. We'll step aside for this 3-minute break. This is Scott City basketball.
The new farming landscape is complex, high-tech, and often
Fairleigh Feed Yard is dedicated to investing in our facilities and staff to provide the best experience possible for the cattle feeder and, in the end, the consumers of our product. We are always in the market to purchase corn and other commodities from local producers. Call our office at 620-872-2111 for current pricing. Our dedicated employees and their families are very important to us, and we are proud of their children that are current beavers and individuals that will grow into those roles in the future. Fairleigh Feed Yard is privileged to support Scott City youth and are honored to cheer on the Beavers.
With over 10 years of experience, Jamie at JW Enterprise can repair your windshield quickly and conveniently. Even if you don't have time to make it to the shop, Jamie can fix your windshield from your home, or he can come get your vehicle for you. JW Enterprise is insured and Safe Flight certified. He might be operating under a different name, but Jamie still provides the same quality of service. Let Jamie at JW Enterprise fix that chip in your windshield now. Find JW Enterprise on Facebook or give him a call at 785-260-7773.
The world needs more farmers, people who know the land, people who support rural communities, people who are as diverse as each acre they care for. But unless you've been born and raised on a family farm, it's nearly impossible to become a farmer. That's why we are building a team of people from our hometown and across the world to do what they love. We are not just a family farm, we are a multi-family farm. We are Volgamore Family Farms.
Adding value to our community has been our priority since day one. That's why the Scott Co-op is here with 8 elevator locations, 2 service stations, 5 cart trolls, bulk fuel and oil delivery, as well as a full-service agronomy department, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Visit us online at scottcoop.com or download our app for more information. Scott Co-op is a proud supporter of our local communities.
Faro Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Faro Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience uniquely theirs, where excellence meets elegance and healthcare is personalized just for you. Scott County Hospital and Scott City Clinic's skilled physicians and nurses will help your family prepare for the birth of your baby. The private, comfortable, secure rooms for labor, delivery, and postpartum care include jacuzzi tubs for pain management during labor. Call Scott City Clinic to set an appointment today. We put our heart in healthcare.
Staff will try to get that. Okay, there we go. Thank you. There we go. In the first half here, so we got that here, 37-20. Now we're on par. But anyways, it's the scoring here. It's all been Holcomb. They started out 12-0. Scott City burned 2 timeouts in the first 3 minutes. Just could not get anything going. They trailed 23 after 1, had it to within 13, and then a 12-3 run over a 3-minute stretch for Holcomb put them up 37-15, and now it's 37-20 at the end of the first half. First half scoring for Scott City, 12 for Brooke Strange. She had all the first 12 points for Scott City, 6 for Erica Felker on a pair of threes, and then Shiny Kramer, the last basket for Scott City before halftime. The Beavers, though, they had 12 turnovers. That did not help their cause out. They had 4 turnovers in a row to start the ball game. They also had a stretch of 4 turnovers in a row in the second quarter. For Holcomb in the first half, Hallie Jones drained 4 threes. She had 16 points, 14 of those in the first quarter. Jared Kraleski had all 9 of her points in the first quarter, did not score in the second. She actually had some foul trouble and picked up 3 fouls in the first half. 6 for Brooklyn Denniston on a pair of threes. Also, they have 2 for Kaylin King, also 2 for Bella Galliard, and 2 for Emily Resendez in the first half for Holcomb. Longhorns had 7 fouls, 4 turnovers, and 8 steals. Also had 7 defensive rebounds and 3 offensive boards for a total of 10 first half boards. We'll get some other first half stats when we come back. 37-20. Holcomb with the lead over Scott City at the break. Back after this break, this is Scott City Beaver basketball.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas, and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We're more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
White's Food Liner is located at 1314 South Main Street in Scott City, Kansas. They are open daily from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Home delivery is available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. just by calling 620-872-5854. They are a full-service grocery store offering a wide selection of varieties at affordable prices. Sign up today for their mobile app. Look for it in the App Play Store under White's Food Liner. Don't forget to visit today.
$30.58. Norder Supply. Plain talk, exceptional results. Back here inside the Holcomb High School gymnasium, and Holcomb with a big lead here at the break. It is 37-20 here as we take a look at some of the other first half stats here for Scott City. They were 6 of 18 from the floor at 33%, 2 of 5 on threes, 4 of 13 on two-point baskets, and 6 of 10 from the free throw line. For the Holcomb Longhorns, they were 15 of 28 for the first half, right around 52%, 7 of 14 on threes, 8 of 14 on two-point baskets, and from the charity line, they only attempted one shot. They were 0 for 1. As no foul trouble for Scott City. They only had 2 fouls. Holcomb had Brooklyn Denniston with 2 and Jared Kurleski with 3. Let's try to get some scores I can find here across the league here in the first half. Hugoton in a non-league game against Syracuse at the break. They were up 30-9. Dodge City was in Colby. Try to find that score real quick. And they were taking on Colby. That's who Scott City gets on Tuesday night. As it'll be, I believe it'll be Scott City ball to begin the third quarter. Halftime, Colby was leading Dodge City 21-13. And the last told you also it was Ulysses girls leading Cimarron 9-8 after the first quarter, or 9-7 in the first quarter. That's a little bit of a surprise. Here it's 37-20 for Holcomb. As I mentioned, Lady Beavers, it'll be senior night on Tuesday nights. Final game at home this year for Scott City hosting Colby. And then they have next Friday off, and then they'll go to Goodland to wrap up the regular season on the 21st. Holcomb will go to or host Cimarron for their final home games of the season on Tuesday night, and then they will go to Hugoton next Friday and then go to Syracuse on the 20th. So that's how that shapes up for them. It'll be Scott City's ball to begin the third quarter with Avery Lewis, also Brooke Strine, Erica Felker, Kendall Gentry, and Shine Kramer, and ball will be poked out of bounds. It'll be long to the Lady Beavers here, 7 seconds in. Cimarron girls do lead Ulysses at the break 25-16. Felker to inbound it in, trying to avoid the 5 count, will lob it, but Cheyenne Kramer will grab it. Holcomb will start the second half with Kaylin King in there. Here's Strine for a deep 2, barely draws anything, and Hallie Jones with the rebound, had it almost poked away there, but Strine had the first 12 points of the game for Scott City. Jones with it on Holcomb's first possession of the second half. Lady Beavers open up in a 3-2 zone, down 17. Bella Gallier back up top to Jones, goes left for the pass. That is to Denniston, and now driving in is going to be Jones left side. Entry feed deflected. Good defense by Strine. Then it's off of 3 Lady Longhorns, but they end up finding it, and then they save the possession. Here's Jones with it, splitting the defenders, driving in, trying to go around Strine, who stuffs the shot and into the hands of Erica Felker. Good defense by the Lady Beavers on that opening trip. 1 minute into the third quarter. Strine with it, pivots, still holds it, now right side to Kramer. Up top it'll go to Kendall Gentry. Lady Beavers with only 1 road win this year, and that was in Finney County. It was against Garden City. Entry feed into Strine, poked away. A little bit of hesitation on the pass in, and Scott City with their 13th turnover. In transition, left side, here's King. Pulls up, shot up too strong, and the rebound to Felker. She has a team-high 6 boards. 6.5 to go third quarter. No change of the score here in this second half. 37-20, Holcomb with the lead. And now a steal up high and another turnover. Down the floor and losing her footing was Gallier, and stolen back by Gentry. And boy, they're really letting them play. And then we're going to get a tie-up, and Scott City turns it back over. And right now Gallier is shaken up. Officials letting them play, and it's been consistent. Gallier's like, I'm fine, but they're going to sit her down, and Kurleski's going to check back in. She did not start this third quarter. Hallie Jones actually had 18 points, and Kurleski had 9. That was their 27 of their 37 in the first half. 6:21 to go third quarter. Jones will inbound it in out high left. They'll go there to Kurleski, and now up top to Denniston, back to Kurleski. Right side goes to Jones, skips it over through the hands of Denniston, and turnover number 6 on Holcomb. 6:08 here in this third. 17-point Longhorn lead, 37-20. No scoring yet in this second half. Both teams have had a couple of chances. Both teams have turned the ball over. And speaking of turnovers, there's another one. Scott City a little late trying to get it into stride. Good job by Avery Lewis, who saves it in play and forces Holcomb into their 7th turnover. Here's Kendall Gendry weaving around, goes around Denison, lays it up, no good, but the follow, no. Rebound, Felker goes up and she's fouled. Strine couldn't quite get it. Felker has 2 free throws coming up here. That'll be team foul number 1 on Holcomb this half. That's on Kaylin King, her 2nd. 2 free throws coming up for Felker, where she's 84% on the year and hits the first. She has 7. 37-21, 5:45 to go, 3rd quarter. Felker has 7 of Scott City's last 9 points and make it 8 of the last 10. 37-22, 7-0 Scott City run here. 5:40 to work here in the 3rd. Right side of the pass, it's to Deniston. She now has it. She got it from Resendez. Back up top, it goes to Kurleski. Back to Deniston, guarded by Felker. Scott City's in a 3-2 look. 5:25 to work, 3rd stanza. Now Hallie Jones with it, goes left. Almost a good recovery by Gentry. Jones thought about a 3 there, but good defense up top by Scott City. Now stay in your zone in that 3-2. Lady Beavers doing a good job. Right side. Deniston back up top. It goes to Kurleski. Now to Deniston for a right side 3, and she's hit 3 threes in the game. Holcomb has hit 8, and it's 40-22 with 4:59 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Scott City did everything right except the very end there when they gave up the 3. Kramer with an answer back triple short. It was on target, and the rebound to Kurleski, her 4th rebound of the night. Kramer looking for her 2nd 3 of the year, and now Deniston back up top. Kurleski from long range. Why not? And she hits it. She has 12, 43-22 with 4:36 to go, 3rd quarter. 6-0 Holcomb run has pushed her lead back up to 21. Now Strino drive in, leaves it wide left. Almost rebounded that time by Scott City, but instead it's Resendez with it, and Holcomb has it. Kurleski with it. She'll drive, weave her way around and stripped, and now loose, stolen away by Scott City. 8th Holcomb turnover. Gentry takes into the front court, 4:10 to go, finds Felker. Loses it, but cracks it back down. She'll drive in, pivot, layup, oh, too strong. Rebound, Avery Lewis. Follow, yes. Lewis, her first basket, 43-24, as we're at the midway point of this 3rd quarter. Scott City, that was not the prettiest of possessions, but it's worth 2 points, and that's all that matters. 3:48 here in this 3rd. With it is Holcomb right side to Hallie Jones. Jones with it, looking for a screen. She had 18 first half points. Spin move, Deniston. She has had 7 points and 9 points against Scott City in both the games this year. Down to 3:25 to go. Trying to rip it away from Resendez, and they're going to call a tie-up, but it's still going to be Scott City's ball. So Strine with the steal there, and Holcomb with their 9th turnover. The Lady Beavers have really played better defense in this second half as Brentley Stevens will check in. She has to go to the she'll check in for Kendall Gentry. Mackenzie Metzger also in for Scott City. Cheyenne Kramer exits with 3:24 to go in the 3rd. 43-24, Holcomb lead at 19, and Felker tried to force that pass into Strine, but luckily the Lady Beavers get it back and then poked away as Resendez gets around Strine. Coach Felker telling Strine, need to get big at the block there. 3:15 to go. Strine's had a lot of blocks here. Now Strine does get big, but then help defense, and Hallie Jones with the steal. Turnover number 16 on Scott City. Jones tried to split 2 defenders and loses it. Scott City gets the ball back. Here's Strine with it with 3 minutes to go. Ball deflected and another turnover. It's been a turnover fest in this 3rd quarter. Lee pass, Kurleski. Reverse layup, high up, no. Rebound, last touch by Scott City. They're going to say it'll remain Longhorn basketball with 2:56 here in the 3rd. 43-24, 19-point Holcomb lead. Scott City had it to within 37-22, but then back-to-back Holcomb triples. Now off the inbounds backside. Leaving the shot short that time was Brooklyn Deniston, but Holcomb with the rebound. Hallie Jones penetrates. Kicks it right side to Deniston. Guarded by her cousin Metzger. They both wear number 15 tonight. Jones will drive in around Lewis and draws the contact, and she'll get 2 free throws. Hallie Jones to the foul line where she's 77% on the year, draws the foul, and Avery Lewis her first. Let's go ahead and pause while we have this opportunity for station identification. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
94.5 KSKL, Scott City, powered by Wheatland Electric, committed to improving the lives of their members and the community they serve. Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Allie Jones missed the first free throw. Maybe too close a range for her, but she hits 1 out of 2. Holcomb 1 of 3 at the line. They lead by 20 with 2:41 to go third quarter at 44-24. Erica Felker to bring it left to right for Scott City, down 20 here. And that's going to be a moving screen out high on Scott City, and that'll be foul number 2 on Metzger, and the team's second of the half. Coach Amy Felker wants time. 2:33 to go third quarter. It's 44-24 Holcomb. Back after this 1-minute break. This is Scott City basketball.
As your local community foundation, we are dedicated to preserving local wealth so the communities in and around Scott County will forever remain an attractive place to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. To learn more, visit us online at scottcf.org.
How would you describe your career?
Rewarding. It's more than just a job.
Great vacation, great sick pay.
Great opportunities to move forward. Good work environment, good people. Always something new, always something different.
Every day you learn something new.
Their commitment to education is second to none.
They pay for my school.
I love it because we're all one big happy family.
Family.
Family. It's like a family.
Grow your career with American Implement and John Deere.
Bank location. Hurry, the deadline to apply is March 31st. Member FDIC.
Back here to action here with 2.5 to go third quarter. 44-24 your score as Holcomb with the ball out of the Scott City timeout. Right side, he goes to Kurleski. Gets around a screen, drives in, shot blocked out of there, but they're going to get the contact and 2 free throws. That was good help defense by Scott City, but they get the foul on Strine with the hack, her second, team's third. Scott City only had 2 fouls the entire first half. And Kurleski, who's 66% at the line, has 12 points and a couple of threes. Look to add to her point total and add to this Holcomb lead, but it rims off. I guess the only thing that's really hurting Holcomb tonight is their free throw shooting. Second free throw pending here. They're just 1 of 4 at the line tonight. Second free throw is good. She'll have 13. 45-24, 2:18 to go third quarter. That matches their largest lead of the game. Actually, it's their second largest lead of the night, but their largest lead of the quarter. That at 21 on a couple occasions. Gentry into Trout, who's back in now to Erica Felker. Up top to Brinley Stevens, holds it. 2:04 to go third quarter, holds it now, finds Strine. She'll drive to her left, takes it strong, throws one up. No, rebound Gentry underneath the series, and she'll get another opportunity. Scott City will. Strine goes left to Erica Felker. She'll launch a deep 3, and that'll rattle home. Felker with 11, 45-27, 1:45 to go third quarter. Scott City hit just 2 threes against Holcomb in the first meeting, and they've hit 3 tonight. Denniston turns down the 3, drives it all the way to the rack, goes up over Trout and knocks it down. She's had a big night. She has 11, 47, 27, 90 seconds to go third frame, and Denniston has really come up big for Holcomb in both games against Scott City. Minute 20 to go third quarter. Now short corner to goes, trying to get it to Stevens, pass too high from Strine, and it's going to be turnover number 19. 3 Lady Beavers check in: Cheyenne Kramer, Mackenzie Metzger, and Avery Lewis. Kendall Gentry, Megan Trout, and Brinley Stevens exit. With a minute 17 to go here in the third. 47-27 Holcomb lead. They've led by as many as 22 in this game. Scott City had a 7-0 run late first half and the first 2 points of the second quarter. Now the ball loose and stripped. Lead pass down the floor to Kramer. Let's see if she'll take this one all the way. She will. She'll lay it up and can't get it to go. Right there for the trail is Mackenzie Metzger, and she has a basket. Her first points of the night. And it's now 47-29, 54 seconds to go third quarter. Sir Metzger on the board for the first time tonight. Pulling up is Kurleski over Strine and knocks it down. She has 14, make that 15. 49-29, 40 seconds to go third period. Left corner to Avery Lewis. Holds it now, finds Strine. We'll skip it over right side. Here's Erica Felker with a deep 3. Yes! She has 4 threes in 14, 49-32, 27 seconds to go third quarter. She has all 4 of Scott City's triples tonight. And she now has the team lead with 14 points. In the paint from point blank, Hallie Jones had great position, and she now has 21, 51-32 with 10 seconds to go third quarter. Metzger, right side to Avery Lewis, puts it on the floor, right baseline spin move, and she may have gotten away with the walk, but she gets the contact, and she'll head to the line with 2.8 to go third quarter, and Coach Amy Felker liked that one. That foul is going to be on Brooklyn Denniston, her third, with 2.8 to go third quarter. And that's the second on Holcomb this half. Lewis 0 for 2 at the line. She does have 2 points all in this quarter. First free throw on the way. Too strong. Scott City 6 of 11 at the line tonight. Trailing 51-32 at 2.8 here in the third. Lewis, a sophomore, trying to get her third point, make this an 18-point game, and that one will get the nice friendly bounce, 51-33. Here's Denniston, ball poked away by Strine, and that's the end of your third quarter. Lady Beavers are fighting here, but they're down 18 as we enter the fourth quarter at 51-33. We'll take this timeout. This is Scott City basketball.
Western State Bank proudly supports Scott Community High School students and athletes as they prepare for another great year of achievements. Just as our students prepare for another successful year, we encourage you to be prepared for whatever life may bring you. Stop in and talk with the knowledgeable staff at Western State Bank, whether it be a new home loan, financing for your business, or any one of our checking and savings account options. We're here to help you. Make sure to check out all of our internet banking options provided at WSBKS.com. Western State Bank, member FDIC. And as always, go Beavers!
Opportunity providers.
Fourth quarter set to begin. It'll be a Longhorn ball. They lead at 51-33. They would outscore Scott City by 1 in that third quarter, 14-13. Other than that first quarter, this game has been played pretty evenly, even though Holcomb has won each of the first 3 quarters. Got to whistle a foul up high. That'll be team foul number 4. And they're going to get Cheyenne Kramer the holdout high, her first. Team's fourth, and that was an interesting call there with 7:48 to go. I'll be honest, I've not seen this officiating crew before. I wonder if they're pretty young and inexperienced. Well, they get a pretty tough, highly spirited rivalry right off the bat, and that'll be a whistle, and that'll be a foul on the floor. Team foul number 5. And they'll get Kramer with back-to-back fouls. I don't know if she said anything to the officials in between quarters, but she's been picked on. Here's Hallie Jones driving in, her floater in the paint, crawls in, of course, for a 23rd point. 53-33, 7.5 to go. So Scott City's deficit back at 20. Scott City led by Erica Felker at 14, Brooke Strine with 12. That's 26 of their 33 points. Trying to get it into Kramer, and ball's loose, and that's going to be last touch by Scott City for their 20th turnover. Holcomb has 3 in double figures. 23 now for Hallie Jones, 15 for Jared Kurleski, and 11 for Brooklyn Denniston. Unfortunately for Scott City, they will see this whole crew for Holcomb next year. No seniors on the team. Tight defense by Felker up top on Galliard. Tried to force a turnover now to Hallie Jones, guarded by Lewis. Lewis really enjoys that role of taking on the opponent's tough shooters. And Metzger almost gets a steal there. And now here's Kurleski. Kicks it left side to Resendez. Now they're working around right side to Hallie Jones, guarded by Lewis. 6:45 to work. Pivots, backs her way in. Will drive in out high, and launching a 3 will be Resendez. That'll be short. Rebound goes to Erica Felker, who has 8 boards tonight. She's had some of her better games this year against Holcomb. She has 14 points and 8 rebounds. She actually had 3 blocks against Holcomb the first meeting. Into Kramer, dumps it in. We'll try to get it to Erica Felker. Bounces it out of tipped out of bounds rather by Kurleski. Metzger out, back in is Kendall Gentry here with 6:23 left. 20-point Holcomb lead, 53-33. In the first meeting, Holcomb scored the most points against Scott City in the series history in their 60 games, and Scott City will throw away the inbounds, and that'll be their 21st turnover. 6:23 to go. 20-point game at 53-33. Right side it goes to Galliard. Galliard flips it over to her left to Hallie Jones. Man-to-man for Scott City now to Kraleski. Almost poked away. Kraleski will take it in on Gentry. Then Felker gets a hand in there, but it trickles right out to Dennison. The whistle. The foul is going to be on the floor before the shot. That'll be team foul number 6 on Scott City. Erica Felker picks up foul number 1, and Megan Trout in to replace Cheyenne Kramer. With 6:04 to go, 53-33 is your score. Holcomb with a 20-point lead. They jumped out 12-0 before Scott City even scored a point. Lady Beavers did not get their first field goal until about 4.5 minutes in. Hallie Jones runner no. Rebound Megan Trout collects her second board of the night. Outlets it left to Kendall Gentry. 5:50 to work in this one. 20-point Holcomb lead. 53-33 pivot. Strine goes to her left. Bank shot. No, she has not scored in this second half. Trout has the rebound, trying to get it out, and it's going to be stolen away. Here comes Galliard all the way. Stops. That's 2 Lady Beavers drove by, and he gets her 4th point. 55-33. 5.5 to go. Scott City commits turnover number 22 in the process. After they had the offensive board there. Here's Trout taking it strong, and she'll lay it up and score her first basket. 55-35 with 5:20 to go. So back to a 20-point edge for the Lady Horns here. As Scott City entered that little 4-0 run. The first points for either side here in the fourth quarter. Hallie Jones goes in. Her shot might have been blocked. The rebound to Avery Lewis as they let it play at times, and then Scott City throws it away yet again. Here's Jones. This time she gets it. She has 25. 57-35, 4:56 left. As we're here in the fourth quarter here now with 4:48 to go. Trying to get it to Trout is Gentry. Finally does. Trout with the dribble out high, back up top between the rings to Gentry. Now to Strine, left baseline. Avery Lewis from 16. Too strong, was on target. Jones with their third rebound of the night. Here come the Longhorns up by 22, 4.5 to go. With it now is Kraleski. Up top to Resendez. Resendez goes left. Wide open is Denniston for 3. That one's short. Rebound, Hallie Jones. She'll go up, blocked by Lewis. And then Helker, she commits the push. There's no question about that one, but it'll be a 1-on-1 time for Jones. And she'll get 2 free throws. Erica Felker with her second foul, team 7th. Mackenzie Metzger in for Kendall Gentry. In is going to be Sammy Magana for Holcomb, replacing Brooklyn Denniston. So Jones to the line where she's 1 of 2 tonight. Holcomb just 2 of 5 at the free throw line. Scott City 9 of 14. 1-1 here with 4:15 to go. Jones's free throw is bouncing off Strine with her 5th board of the night. She's had 3 double-doubles in the last 4 games. Felker stops, pops the 3, crawls off for the rebound underneath to Hallie Jones for Holcomb. Midway point of this fourth quarter, Scott City only 2 points, Holcomb only 4. Jones backs her way in, pivots, and that'll be a travel. Turnover number 11 on Holcomb. Stevens in for Scott City. Kaylin King in for Holcomb as Avery Lewis exits with 3:58 to go. 57-35, 22-point Holcomb lead. That's been their largest lead of the night, 22 points. Metzger will get it around the half court. Now to Felker, open for a left corner 3. Too strong. Rebound, Strine times it perfectly. Can't get the follow-up, but Trout will get another rebound, and she'll have 2 free throws. Strine scoreless in the second half, which has been unusual for her. I believe they're going to get that. Resendez her first. Just the 3rd Holcomb foul in the half. Trout at the line, 57%. Scott City 9 of 14 tonight, down 22, mid-4th. Free throw good. Makes it 57-36. Basketball presented by Scott Pro, Scott County Records, Scott County Hospital, Scott Cooperative Association, Scott Community Foundation, Scott City Pharmacy Giftologist, Scott City Eye Center, R&R Pellet, Richards Financial Services, Road and Big Green Agency, and our brothers Auto Body Mechanic, Precision Ag and Seeds. So Trout with the last 4 for Scott City. She has all 4 of their points here in this fourth quarter. 57-37, 3.5 to go. 6 Lady Beavers have scored tonight out of 8 that have checked in. Resendez now out to Kurleski, throws up a wild shot, couldn't get it to go, and Strine with her 7th board of the night, and she'll get it to Mackenzie Metzger. 3:17 to go. Metzger splits the double team. Felker in the left corner for a 3. Rainbow shot is down. She has 17 and 5 threes. 57-40 with 3:08 to go. Lady Beavers not done fighting it in this one. They're down 17, but they've got the last 5 of the ball game and 7 of the last 9. 2:58 to go. King with it. Tight defense by Trout out high. Looking for the backdoor cut. Here is Kurleski trying to get around Felker, and they're going to get Felker with a block, and that'll be her 3rd and the team's 8th. All of Felker's fouls have come in the 4th quarter. Now with 2:48, she has 3 fouls, and is the first Lady Beaver with 3 fouls tonight. A 1-and-1 coming up for Jared Kurleski, who has 15 points. 1 of 3 Lady Longhorns in double figures tonight. Front of the 1-and-1 is good. She'll get the bonus. She's 2 of 3 at the line, makes it 58-40. 2:48 to go. Team that averages 50 a game. Scott City just 5 off their season average. They average 45. They're at 40 right now. And free throw number 2 rims in and out, but the rebound fought for. We're going to get a tie-up. It'll belong to Scott City. Trout will get credit with that rebound. She has 4 boards along with her 4 points. 4 of Scott City's 7 in this final 8 minutes. 2:44 left. Right corner to Erica Felker, pulls up right baseline, her jumper short, rebound, nice hustle by Brinley Stevens, but she dribbled it out of bounds. Scott City brings in Kendall Gentry, Cheyenne Kramer, and Avery Lewis. That'll be Mackenzie Metzger, Megan Trout, and Brinley Stevens here with 2:33 to go. Scott City will play it a little full court, down 18. They'll entry feed it in here to Jared Kurleski, guarded by Gentry in the backcourt. She'll take it across the 10-second line. Up top now to Resendez. Here with 2:20 to work in this one. Now driving right side. Here's Galliard. Floater, no. Rebound tip. Last touch, they'll say, by Scott City, and it'll still stay Holcomb ball with 2:16 left. Or 58-40 your score. Inbound in underneath Galliard, throws one up over Felker. King at the bounce, and Strine with her 8 board, and she'll get the rebound here with 2:09 to go. Here's a deep 3 for Felker. No, rebound in the paint, ripped away by Galliard for Holcomb. 2 minutes to go in this one. Here's Holcomb in transition, shot up, and they're going to get a foul on Felker. Her 4th with 1:56 to go. She was straight up, but the official says there was enough contact, and they're going to let Kurleski shoot to 2 free throws. Felker with all 4 of her fouls here in the 4th quarter with 1:56 to go. She was straight up, but the official says the contact as Kurleski leaned into her and got the foul. 59-40 with 1:56 to go. In is Metzger. She will replace Cheyenne Kramer. 1:56 to go. Kurleski with 17. Right around her season average, just above her season average, and now 18, 60-40. In will be Brooklyn Denniston and also Hallie Jones, replacing Emily Resendez as well as Bella Galliard. So it's back to a 20-point game at 60-40. 1:50 to go in this one. Holcomb's going to win their 4th in a row in this series against Scott City. Lady Beavers will see their 2-game win streak come to an end. A big game on Tuesday with Colby, and then a whistle and a tie-up, as that'll be won by Holcomb. And Scott City's 24th turnover of the night with 1:43 to go. Inbound in. Here Holcomb with it near half court. Now to Kurleski, guarded by Gentry. Drives the left base or sideline, and she is bumped by Gentry, her first. 10 fouls called on Scott City this half. Just 3 on Holcomb with 1:34 to go. And you see Coach Amy Felker. She's like, what's the difference? And 2 free throws coming up here for Kurleski, who just sank 2. She is 3 of 4 in the 4th quarter. 4 is 6 for the game. Has 18 and make it 19. 61-40. 1:34 to go. Megan Trout in for Avery Lewis. Boys game to follow. Should be a fun one there. Scott City trying to go for the season sweep of Holcomb and stay toward the top two in the Substate standings. And 20 for Kurleski, 62-40, 94 seconds to go. And that time Holcomb has answered a 5-0 run of Scott City's 5-0 run. And now they get a foul on, and a little Bronx cheer from the Scott City crowd with 1:29 to go. The foul will be the fourth of the half. That's the first on Sammy Magana, the team's fourth, with 1:29 to go. Metzger to inbound it in, avoids the 5 count to Megan Trout. Trout with a couple dribbles, goes left to Metzger with 1:25 to go. Left corner to Kendall Gentry, trying to get a 3. Down, and she will. Her 16th triple, 62-43, 1:17 to go. Gentry needed that one bad. She's had a rough night. Kurleski takes it strong and a foul. With 1:11 to go, that one was no question a foul. And the foul will be charged. Who are they going to get on that one? I think Kramer. Or correction, Megan Trout. It's her first. And Kurleski back to the line again. And she's shooting a lot of free throws here in this fourth quarter. And she buries that one to make it 63-43 with 1:11 to go. Fortunately for Scott City, the damage was done early on by Holcomb. They scored the first 12 points of the game and never looked back. Kurleski drains them both. She has 7 of 8 at the line in the fourth quarter, has 22 points, and it's the 64-43 game, the final minute of this one. Scott City is going to drop to 8-10 on the year. They'll get Colby at home on Tuesday. They'll drop to 1-3 in the league, and the shot up no. And Trout with the rebound. She's really hustled in this fourth quarter, and she'll have another opportunity at some free throws with 56.8 seconds remaining. Caitlin King with the foul, her third. Megan Trout with 2 free throws. She looking for point number 5, leaves that one short. Trout with 4 boards in the game, 64-43, 56.8 to go. Second free throw pending. The sophomore, she has all 5 of her points here in the fourth quarter. 64-44, 53 seconds to go, and a whistle and a push. And another foul on Scott City. Megan Trout just her second. They have 9 fouls in this fourth quarter. And another double bonus opportunity here for Hallie Jones. She has just 25 points tonight. And number 26 is down, 65-44, 51.3 to go. Scott City will need to take care of business on Tuesday against a pretty good Colby team, and the second one also down, 66-44. 45 seconds to go in this one. Holcomb will improve to 11-6 on the year, 2-2 in the league. Here's a 3 for Felker, leaves it short, and the rebound, here's Kurleski. Kurleski down the floor to Caitlin King, who slows it down. Back up top to Kurleski here with 30 seconds to go. Now, driving in on Metzger was Deniston. Down to 20 seconds remaining. And now Kurleski will drive in, kick it to Deniston. Holcomb just playing keep away. 13 seconds to go, and now King bounce passes it out to Jones with 8 seconds with 7. Holcomb trying to run the clock out here and win at 66-44. That'll be your final score, 66-44. Holcomb wins this one. They'll go to 11-6 on the year, 2-2 in the league. Scott City drops to 8-10 overall. They're now 1-3 in the league. Postgame show to begin after this timeout. This is Scott City basketball.
I'm playing talk with exceptional results.
We're back for some more of VBN Weekly News. I'm Thaddeus Butler.
And I'm Jimena Garcia. This week, Delaney France will bring us a man-on-the-street interview.
Shasta Hope will get us up to date on Beaver sports, and Annie Talbert will bring us weather.
You've probably seen the trend on TikTok where interviewers ask random people what they are listening to. Well, BBN's Delaney France is bringing her own take on the popular trend.
As we walk around the school, you can see kids listening to music in their earbuds. So I decided to ask students and teachers what song they were listening to.
Mexican music.
I'm listening to the Nazi March song.
Twinkle Twinkle Little Star by Coco Melon.
I'm listening to Billie Jean.
VeggieTales theme song. Remedy for a Broken Heart by XX.
I'm listening to Too High to Cry by Coetzel.
The National Anthem by Fergie.
Good Luck Charlie theme song.
Thank you, high school staff and kids, for participating. And for BBN, I'm Delaney France.
Thanks, Delaney.
Let's go to Shasta with updates about Beaver Wrestling.
In honor of boys and girls wrestling winning GWAC last week, I spoke with Coach Dakota Hayes about the progression of the season.
So some of the challenges that the team's faced this year is, obviously injuries. We've getting pretty beat up. Some of our guys got some injuries right now. We lost Brady early in the season. That was kind of a big hit. But just some of that adversity stuff, I feel like they've kind of responded and rebounded from some of it. But just battling those unforeseen things that you don't really bank on, that's kind of been some of the big ones. My favorite part of coaching is it's got to be when some of those kids that don't think they're very good or any of that stuff, when they succeed and they do really well, just that sheer joy that they get and the look on their face and the way they respond, I love that kind of stuff. I mean, seeing somebody do something that they didn't think they were capable of doing, that's something that I enjoy a lot. Some growth that I've seen from the team is, they rally around each other, they support each other. It's one of those things where at tournaments, it's really easy to start the snowball effect in both directions, the good and the bad. So when the ball starts going towards the bad, they're able to jump on top of it and recover pretty good. Individually, I think they've all, improved so much since the beginning of the season. And, you're looking at guys that have maybe been to state, or some of them that haven't been to state before. They're competing at a high level. They're giving themselves a chance every match. And that's really all you can ask for. So, well, prep for a tournament's, on a weekly thing. Mondays and Tuesdays are pretty relaxed. We kind of review some of the stuff that we need to fix, focus on individual time. Maybe this one needs to figure out something on their feet, or this one needs to get a little better on bottom. Wednesday, we hit it pretty hard. We grind and all that stuff. Throw in morning runs on Tuesday and Thursday. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but when we get to this time of year, conditioning is a big thing. Thursdays, we just kind of go through, wrestle a little bit, not a lot. Fridays, we get in and get out, get loose, roll around, get a good workout in, and get out. And so that's kind of preparing for just a one-day Saturday tournament. So just some things that we're really focusing on with the girls is just that it doesn't matter if you got a losing record or a winning record or anything. Just go out there and compete to the best of your ability. Wrestle hard, have fun. It's one of those things. Girls wrestling is so new that last year we were comparing it. Heck, I think we only had 2 girls with a winning record that were seedable. This year we got 6 of the 10 that we're taking have winning records and are seedable now, and so that improvement alone is really nice to see. But preparing them is just getting them in the right mindset to be able to go out there and compete to the best of their ability, have fun while they're doing it, and I think you have fun. You compete to the best of your ability, and the rest takes care of itself. So,
with girls regionals coming up this weekend in Hoisington, Coach Hayes talks about how vital community support is.
Wrestling's such a close family. Guys that we've had that have wrestled for years ago, their support is always big. The community's always asking about how we're doing and stuff like that. And so the support for our guys and girls, it's big. We live in such a great community that no matter what sport or activity that you're out for, they're going to show you support and ask how you're doing and all that kind of stuff. And to see everybody that maybe doesn't know much about wrestling, taking an interest in it, that's really big, and the kids really love it. So,
thank you, Coach Hayes, and congratulations on a great season so far. JV wrestling travels to Colby today, and basketball faces Holcomb at Holcomb. So be there and show your support for our Beaver basketball teams. For BBN, I'm Shasta Hope.
Thanks, Shasta.
Now let's go to Annie with the weather.
We are heading into slightly warmer weather this weekend. Today, the high is 43 with a low of 20. Tomorrow's high is 56 with a low of 27. And on Sunday, the high is 51 with a low of 23. Have a good weekend, and for BBN, I'm Annie Talbert.
Thanks, Annie. For BBN News, I'm Jimena Garcia.
And I'm Thaddeus Butler. See you next week.
The break last check, but that's where we're at here. Final for the Lady Beavers, falling tonight 66-44. Let's step aside for this timeout, and now we'll get our interview with the boys pregame with head coach Brian Gentry. We'll do that after this quick break. This is Beaver Basketball.
Is your dog ungroomed and smelly? Then come on by the new and improved Wagon Wash, located at 501 Jackson Street in Scott City, Kansas. We added on a dog wash for your pet's hygienic needs. There are 6 different modes you can choose from: shampoo, oatmeal conditioner, rinse, odor control, flea and tick, and blow dry. Our facilities are regularly cleaned, and we have a vending machine full of treats for you and your pet. Follow us on Facebook at Wagon Wash Car Wash.
Came out on the short end, but our guys really competed down the stretch. I mean, although there were some little breakdowns in there, we made the plays when we needed to. We got the stops when we needed to, and we made some shots when we needed to. So it's kind of a slow build up throughout the season. Getting ready for those moments, and we were able to take care of business on Tuesday.
Did you like how you were able to attack their press throughout the night?
I do. I thought we did a fairly decent job of it. I don't think we had too many turnovers against it. But, when you speak in terms of run and jump presses, you have to, calculate in the whole 94 feet. And so we took care of the first part, but we just didn't settle in and finish shots like we should have. If we look back at it, and we were 40% from, right there at point blank range, 14 for 35, I believe is what we shot from down there. So that needs to be better. And it's one of those things, if you go back and really look at it and understand, if we just slow ourselves down and knock down 5 more of those shots, all of a sudden it's a 13-point game, and we don't have to worry about it. So a lot of things that we can clean up, but very, very pleased with the effort and the attitude of our guys.
Once again, it is Coach Brian Gentry here pregame tonight. Scott City faces Holcomb, a team that's dropped 4 in a row here, and they're 8-8, but one of those was an overtime or double overtime loss at home to Hugoton 10 days ago. So this is a dangerous team at home, but what are you seeing maybe from Holcomb this second time around?
I mean, they've kind of added in a couple more shooters. If anybody remember the first time we played them, they usually run the 2 post players, which we don't usually worry about too much when they pop outside. But Chad's, he's mixed it up a little bit, and they put the Johnson kid in there. And so if he elevates up and they're running their high-low motion, you got to go out there. So that opens up the paint a little bit more. So Jackson and our other post guys are going to have to be very active down there. But, there's not very many teams, I don't think, that play as well at home as they do. I think they play very, very well at home. For whatever reason it is, I think they shoot the ball incredibly well at home. So we're really going to have to be sharp on defense. We're going to have to limit them, to 1 shot, and we're going to have to make sure those shots are contested.
It's a big matchup here, but do you like that you guys have been seasoned to these big matchups here, because this is the first of 3 to close out the season?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about our schedule for quite some time, and it definitely doesn't get easier. It gets more challenging, game by game as we close it out. And but this is exciting times, man. I mean, you get into February, and you're hoping that your team's ready to roll. And I like where we're at. Sure, we can't always make sure the ball goes through the hoop, but we do all the other things. I mean, we check all the boxes as far as hustling, high energy. We run the floor pretty well. We move the ball for the most part. So all those things, I mean, we can control those. And as long as we continue to control what we can control, we'll be fine, and we'll be, we'll give ourselves opportunities to win.
Coach Brian Gentry here pregame. Scott City faces Holcomb here in a league matchup. Once again, Coach, thanks for the time, and good luck to you guys.
All right, thanks, Adam.
That was Scott City Beaver coach Brian Gentry. Your pregame interview brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with Hugh and Berta Benz in Scott City and Leota. More to come in your pregame show. I'll have a breakdown of the matchup. Also bringing starters, keys to the game, and the tip-off after this timeout. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
We all know the weather in western Kansas changes daily, and that's why your Rheem specialist, Faro Heating and Cooling, is there for prompt quality service. Faro Heating and Cooling services all brands for tube heaters, gas fireplaces, gas piping, and sheet metal. They service for both residential and commercial units. For repairs or estimates, call 620-872-3508 or visit them at 910 West 5th Street in Scott City. Faro Heating and Cooling proudly supports the Scott City Beavers.
Welcome back here to Holcomb High School as I'm joined here with Coach Amy Felker in the postgame. And Coach, boy, just a tough loss, and just could not get anything going early, and just a rough start, and just rough to overcome that.
We just can't give a good team that big of a run right at the beginning. We came out, I feel like we came out scared. We didn't want to get beat. We were just a little nervous, and I don't know why. These girls are capable of playing with these girls. We just didn't show up.
Yeah, just like that, you look, and Holcomb's hitting everything, unfortunately, right off the bat. And you're thinking it's kind of Groundhog Day all over again with the game up there. But, Brooke got you guys going. I think she had all the first 12 points of the ball game, and then Erica was the one that started scoring a bunch, and it was just tough to overcome. But I think the second half, you had to really like your team's effort.
They started putting better defensive pressure on them. We did a better job of working the ball and finding the open shooters, but still, we got to make better passes. We got to put more pressure even on them on defense. We did come back and play a lot better in the last 3 quarters, but you just can't start the way you start.
Man, and they hit all those threes in the first half. But like that, you switch things up at halftime, and I think you only limited them to 1 3 in the second half.
We talked about we wanted to get rid of the threes and push them to make them go to the inside, and we did that. We were covering the threes a lot better, but then we have to be able to be on help line and stop the dribble drives.
Did you feel like that you guys rebounded pretty well tonight?
At times, yes. I think we rebounded really well. We did a good job the second half more so not giving them second shot opportunities. You know, we just got to remember that when they do shoot those threes in the first half, that they're long rebounds, and we talked about that. We just didn't rebound all over the court.
That one player really came in and played pretty hard there and ended up with 5 points, was Megan Trout.
You know, she came in and she worked hard, especially in the second half. She really stepped up for us and did a good job. You know, she just, you know, fills her spot and does what she needs to do when she's called upon, and, you know, that's what I asked for.
The big thing is you can flush this one away and come back on Tuesday in another big game with Colby.
Yeah, you know, Colby's going to be a good one, so we're going to have to brush this one off and start fresh.
All right, once again, Coach Jamie Felker joining me here. Thanks, Coach, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Adam.
All right, once again, Coach Jamie Felker joining us here, wrapping up the girls' game here. Tough one for the Lady Beavers tonight, 66-44. We'll step aside, we'll take this break, and we'll come back with the boys' portion of our broadcast after this timeout. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
If you are in the market for a new or used vehicle, check out J&R Car and Truck Center of Scott City. J&R Car and Truck has a fully trained service and parts staff for repairs on most makes and models of vehicles. Locally owned and operated, J&R Car and Truck Center provides over 250 new and used vehicles in stock and ready to be delivered. Stop on in and check out jrcarandtruck.com for your next vehicle. J&R Car and Truck Center, your Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealership in Scott City.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry Office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD, today.
Not only get a league win and get to 3-1 in the league, but get 10 wins. That is huge because not only do you get your 10th win of the year, but you keep yourselves at least in the top 3 or 4 in the Substate standings, but also you have the tiebreaker Foley against Holcomb. You have the tiebreaker Foley against Lakin. And that one is guaranteed against Lakin with a head-to-head victory if you have to go to that. But then you'd also get that against Holcomb as well with a victory tonight. 10 wins may get you the number 3 seed. 11 wins could guarantee you the 3 seed, really how it's projected. And then if you get 12 wins, you're probably going to be up to the number 2 seed. And that's still possible here with 3 games to go in the regular season, but still looking ahead here with Holcomb and Scott City. The Beavers here tonight trying to sweep Holcomb for the first time since 2020. And they did it. They won here big in February, and then they also won in the middle of February at home. And then that Substate year, they lost here in Holcomb that first round. That was before COVID. And Scott City trying to win here for the first time since 2020. But Holcomb is a very solid team, at home especially. Yes, they've dropped 4 in a row, but you look at their losses. To Colby on the road. At home against Hugoton in double overtime, 68-62. At Goodland last Friday night, 61-51. Goodland playing about as good as anybody in the league. And then they went to Ulysses and were upset. They were without Chris Palacios on that tonight, Tuesday night. They lost by 6, 47-41. Holcomb looking for their first league win, but Holcomb, as I mentioned, they're a much better team at home. They have not won a road game this year, and they have 2 more road games. They go to Hugoton next Friday, and they go to Syracuse the following night. But this is going to be a tough test for Scott City. Holcomb averages 52 points a game. Scott City averages 52 points. But the Beavers feel like they're pretty battle-tested here, so we should be in for a good battle here tonight here in Holcomb. As a pretty good crowd on hand. It is their homecoming. They'll have their festivities after the game, for the boys' game, that is. This is the 64th meeting all time between the Longhorns and Beavers. Scott City does lead the series 33 games to 30. They did change some numbers here, so got to get used to Holcomb with their different numbers because of their throwback jerseys. And so we will try to get that as best you can. But it's time for starting lineups here tonight. That's presented by Security State Bank in Scott City and Leota. Starting lineups tonight, first for Scott City. They're coached by Brian Gentry in his 7th season, assisted by Joey Meyer and Drew Kite. It'll once again be Dylan Metzger, the 6'1 senior, averaging 9.8 points and 2.4 rebounds a contest. Avery Knoll, the 6'3 junior, he's had quite a second half of the season at 6 points and 4.6 rebounds a game. Alex Tarango, the 5'9 sophomore. Durango averaging 3.8 points and 1.9 rebounds a game. Jackson Rumford, he is a 6'5 sophomore at 18.3 points and 8.6 rebounds a game. And Lawson Bailey, the 6'1 senior, averaging 9.8 points and 4.9 rebounds a game. Dylan Metzger, Avery Knoll, Alex Tarango, Jackson Rumford, and Lawson Bailey. There's starting lineup. The Holcomb coached by Chad Novak in his 12th season, assisted by Trevor Stapp, Aaron Miller, and Trey Teeter. It's going to be Brody Denniston, the 5'5 freshman. He has played a lot in the last half of this season. He averages 4.6 points, 2 boards a game. Chris Palacios, the 5'11 senior, 7.3 points, 6 rebounds a game. Corbin Johnson, a 5'9 freshman. He had 17 against Scott City in the first meeting. He averages just under 8 points and 2.5 rebounds a game. Caden Hardy, a 6'1 sophomore, 9.6 points and 3 rebounds a game. Drayton Knoll, the big 6'4 sophomore, at just under 11 points and 5 boards a game. Chris Palacios, Brody Denniston, Corbin Johnson, Caden Hardy, and Drayton Knoll, the starting 5 tonight for the Longhorns of Holcomb. Those are your Security State Bank starting lineups. Keys presented here by State Farm agent Michael Trout. We go with the proven winner. We're going to get that momentarily after this timeout. This is Beaver Basketball.
The new farming landscape is complex, high-tech, and often unpredictable. With Pioneer Hybrids and Corteva Agriscience, you gain a partner that can help you confidently navigate any unfamiliar terrain. Our breeding program, biotechnology, and incomparable support ensure you grow acres of greatness. For more information, contact Kevin Davis with Precision Ag and Seed at 620-874-0478. And go Beavers!
Looking for a fresh start? How about buying a new car or home? We at Security State Bank want to help you with all the financial changes in your life, to choosing the perfect home for your family or starting a new business. Let Security help you. Come into one of our locations in Scott City or Leota, visit our website at ssbscott.com or call 620-872-7224 to find out how Security State Bank can support you throughout the changes in your life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A-Plus Aviation Services at the Scott City Airport provides great crop protection with their aerial application service. They have aligned with the best distributors in the chemical industry. Now is the time to take care of your wheat crop with fungicide. In addition to aerial application, A-Plus Aviation Service provides aircraft maintenance and fuel to local and transient aircraft. They are a supporter of community activities around Scott City. Give A-Plus Aviation a call at 872-3000 or visit them at the Big Gray Hangar at the Scott City Airport. A-Plus Aviation Services.
Back here in Holcomb, Kansas here. Keys to the game presented by State Farm agent Michael Trower. You go the proven winner when it comes to insurance. They score big with the policyholders. Big key for Scott City tonight. I think you just got to feed the beast. Feed it inside to Jackson Rumford. That's one big key for Scott City. Another big key for the Beavers tonight. And it's going to be perimeter play. They've got to get it going around the perimeter as well. Those are your keys tonight. Scott City wearing the light blue, Columbia blue tops with the white numbers and letters with the dark blue trim. Holcomb in the home white uniforms tonight. Their throwbacks, they have the orange numbers and letters and the white and black trim. Boy, a near capacity crowd here. Wouldn't expect anything less here between Scott City and Holcomb. 64th meeting on the boys' side as Jackson Rumford and Chris Palacios tip center, and it's Scott City winning the tap as we're underway. Beavers won the first meeting 56-43 back on the 13th of January. Up top to Dylan Metzger. Metzger pull it back out as Holcomb opens up man-to-man. Bailey will drive the left baseline. His lip, he leaves it underneath the basket, and the rebound to Drayton Knoll of Holcomb. Had a good look, but left it short underneath the basket. Holcomb with their first possession as Scott City opens up with man defense. Brody Denniston, he came in the third quarter against Scott City in the first meeting and had a three-pointer, and he's been inserted in the starting lineup since. Chris Palacios up top. He'll drive into the paint. Hangs, shoots, got it. 2-0 Holcomb, 7:20 to go first quarter. And this is, like I mentioned and like Coach Gentry mentioned in the pregame, this is a much different team at home, and they force a turnover trying to get it into Rumford in the paint. 2-0 Holcomb with the ball, and then the miscommunication, and they'll turn it over, and the teams will trade turnovers with 7:05 to go opening period. One key for Scott City as well, you got to get off to a hot start against Holcomb. May or may not see Damon Mesa tonight. He has not played since the opening game at Cimarron, dealing with an injury, and he's about fully healthy. Here's Metzger with a screen, steps back, launches a three, and it's off to left. Rebound Rumford trying to get it, tried to save it in play, but could not, and it's going to go out of bounds to Holcomb here with 6:49 to go first quarter. 2-0 Longhorn lead. It'll be Palacios, the 5'11 senior, the lone senior starter for Holcomb. Inbounded in does to Drayton Knoll, then back to Palacios. Still in the backcourt. Scott City opens up in three-quarters court. Kind of a trap. Now back to Palacios with 5:40 to go. He uses up a dribble, and the ball deflected out of bounds with 5:37 to go first quarter. In a way that probably bailed out Holcomb because they were pretty close to being called for a 10-second violation. Inbound in, Palacios, he'll take it into the front court as Holcomb moves from left to right here in half number one. 90 seconds in, 2-0 Scott City trailing. Holcomb with the ball. Corbin Johnson out high right. Hardy, he'll try a guarded three. He'll be short in the Metzger backside board for the Beavers. Metzger brings it across up top to Jackson Rumford. Holds it, goes right side, right corner to Lawson Bailey. Ball fake up top to Metzger. Backside, here's Avery Nolan trying to get a touch pass in, and he throws it away, trying to get it to Rumford, and that's going to be turnover number 2, and then going to get a holding foul on Knoll, and that's a little insult to injury. And Knoll is one of those that's been in foul trouble a lot, and Scott City cannot afford to have him in foul trouble in the first quarter as he picks up the ball game's first foul with 6:05 to go in the opening period. 2-0 Holcomb lead with the ball. Scott City with that one 2-2 or 1-3-1 half court or full court press. Holcomb breaks it. Now they had numbers, but Johnson did not see Knoll cutting the basket. Now he has underneath. Shot blocked from behind by Knoll and tracked down by Lawson Bailey for the board. Good recovery defense that time by Scott City. Underneath the run for pump fakes. Goes up and he is fouled from behind by Corbin Johnson, and he'll get 2 free throws with 5:43 to go first quarter. Rumford to line for 2. Foul on the 5'9 freshman. Rumford had 15 points and 7 rebounds in the first meeting against Holcomb. On Tuesday night in the win against Lakin, 18 points, 8 boards. Free throw for Rumford is good. He's 77% on the year there. Scott City has slowly pushed that free throw percentage up as the season has progressed. They're at 61% as a team. 5:43 to go first quarter. 2-1 and 2-2s. That one is splashed home by the 6'5 sophomore. Good pressure in the backcourt by Scott City, but Holcomb breaks it. Here's Knoll driving in. Blocked by Rumford. Knoll gets his rebound and he goes up, scores it, and one. Boy, that was... The official immediately tells Gentry to set back, and they're going to get the foul, and Alex Tarango his first, team second. My goodness. Knoll already with 2 points and 2 boards to break the 2-2 tie with 5:35 to go first quarter. These officials, I can tell, they haven't done a lot of varsity games. Knoll, 75% free throw shooter, knocks it down, and Holcomb with an early 5-2 lead. They're going to be in for a pretty big dogfight here tonight. They'll have their work cut out for them. 5:28 to go first quarter. Tarango right corner to Avery Knoll, who's double teamed, and he draws a foul. Second team foul on Holcomb. This might come down to that is the foul on Corbin Johnson, his second. And off the bench for Holcomb will be Jared Harrell, 6'3 sophomore. He'll replace Johnson, who checks out with 2 fouls. 5-2 Holcomb leads Scott City ball. 5:23 to work first quarter. Johnson exits with 2 early fouls. Inbound into Avery Knoll. Into Rumford at the right block. Nice give to Tarango. Wraparound pass to Lawson Bailey for the left corner. 3 for the tie. Oh, that went halfway and down. Alex Tarango messes away the rebound for Scott City, and the Beavers reset. Good hustle play there. And Scott City down 5-2. They're 0-2 on their threes. They're 0-3 to begin this ball game. 5 minutes to work first quarter. Tarango penetrates out high to Rumford. Head fake, and he's going to be called for a walk, and he's like, I didn't walk. I kind of agree with him there. Turnover number 3. That was, you see that a lot in officiating. Those are kind of those predetermined travel calls, and that one was right there in front of the official, and he maybe saw something that I didn't. Under 5 to go first quarter. 5-2 for Holcomb with the ball. Hardy with it up top now to Jared Harrell. Hands it off to Brody Dennison up top now to Drayton Knoll. Knoll with it. Man-to-man Scott City defense. And now flips it back to Palacios. Palacios trying to get a screen. Now he'll drive in, floats one up, and rims off. Rebound. Jackson Rumford had it knocked out of his hands. And it belonged to Scott City. With 4.5 to go first quarter. Beavers down 3 with the ball, back 5-2. Holcomb is hit 2 of their first 6 shots. Scott City 0 for 3, but they have 3 turnovers. Scott City 2 of 2 at the line for the only points. 1 of 2 is Holcomb. Now Tarango, he gets tripped up, and then Knoll loses it. And they're going to say last touch by Knoll and out of bounds. I think they're going to actually say it was last touched by, hold on here. That was last touched by Holcomb. They're going to give the ball to Holcomb. My goodness. That's a mistake there. 4:13 to go first quarter, and Holcomb, it all evens out. They're going to turn the ball over. That's their second turnover. We had quite a few subs check in, by the way, for Holcomb, and I apologize here with all their different numbers. One of them I know is Cooper Titchener, a 6'2 junior. As we're halfway through this first quarter, Dominique Orozco, one of them, a 5'7 junior. Still at 5-2. Here's Dylan Metzger looking to drive, steps back, head fake, Rumford up top. He'll try the straightaway triple wide left, and the rebound, Chris Palacios, he's on the run. Palacios with the ball, Scott City down 3, missing the layup, Rumford with the rebound. He has his first board. Rumford to push it across right to left here with 3:40 to go. He'll step, pump fakes on the deep three. Lost the Bailey ball fake, goes to the foul line. Then flips it to his right to Jackson Rumford. Nice pass effort trying to get it in, and Scott City with their 5th turnover. They had 7 turnovers the entire game in the first meeting against Holcomb. And almost stolen away by Tarango. He hustles to it, and he gets the steal. He'll slow down, pick it up, bank shot, good. Nice job by Alex Tarango. 5-4 your score. 3:16 to go first quarter. The Beavers with points off turnovers in the first field goal, and Tishner got away with a turnover, and then Holcomb almost lost it out of bounds. 3 minutes to go first quarter. This is already a very intense game. And another turnover. Another travel by Tishner. This one, his shot is blocked, and here's Scott City back the other way, looking for the first lead. Bailey with it, stops, pops a 3, off the back iron, and the rebound to Holcomb. Jared Harrell. That was a good look for Lawson. Bailey is 0 for 3 early on. 2:45 to go first quarter at 5-4 for Holcomb. Orozco goes right, ball fake by Palacios, back up top, here is Harrell. Goes to his left, hands it off to Orozco. Orozco, Cooper Titchener with it. And now right side, here's a 3 on the way, wide left, and that's going to go out of bounds. That was put up by Caden Hardy, and subs in for both teams. Dylan Duff in for Scott City, replacing Alex Tarango. Also back in is Drayton Knoll and Brody Denniston for Holcomb. Scott City with another opportunity to take their first lead of the night here, down by 1. 2:20 to go first quarter at 7-4. Left side, here's Metzger, guarded by Palacios into Rumford. For the left elbow, pump fakes, goes to his left, and they'll call that travel, but they won't call it on Holcomb. That's the 6th turnover of the first quarter. My goodness. And it's not complaining that that wasn't a turnover, because that was a travel. Inbound in to Caden Hardy, and Scott City still cannot take the lead here as we approach 2 minutes to go first quarter. Ball deflected and a steal. 4th Holcomb turnover. Can Scott City get the 3rd time the charm to take the lead? Right corner, here's Everno. Nice entry feed into Rumford, goes up. No, but he's got 2 free throws coming up there. And that foul is going to be on Jared Harrell, his first. And that's Holcomb's 3rd team foul of the half with 1:54 to go. Rumford with 2 free throws coming up. That's where he has both of his points tonight. We've had 1 tie early on, and that one left short. Back in is Cooper Tishner to replace Jared Harrell. Still 5-4, 1:54 to go in the first quarter. Rumford for the tie, got that one. He has all 3 of his points from the line. We're tied for the 2nd time at 5-5. Approaching 1:50 to go first quarter. In the backcourt with his Holcomb now. They get it across the Denison, stolen away by Dylan Metzger. He leads the numbers, flips it behind him to Knoll, who cuts in. His scoop shot is good, and Scott City has their first lead of the night on a 5-0 run. 7-5, 1:43 to go first quarter. Holcomb's 5th turnover of the period. Both teams with a lot of turnovers. Holcomb, though, in transition. Pump fake shot up good. That's for Drayton Knoll. He has the last 5, 7-all with 1:32 to go first quarter. Our 3rd tie, Knoll has the last 5 for the Longhorns as they're now in a 2-3 zone. Metzger walks it across the 10-second line up top. It goes to Knoll, left side to Duff. Back up top to Knoll. Clears. Now he'll drive left and trying to drive in. Flips it left corner to Duff here with 1:13 to go. Wants to feed it in. McCann has to skip it up top to Dylan Metzger. Metzger looks back. They'll reset. 7-7, final minute of this first quarter. Duff, left corner. Avery Knoll launches a 3. Too strong. Rebound Brody Denniston for Holcomb. Final minute of this first quarter. They get a whistle and a foul on Duff in the backcourt. That'll be his first and the team's 3rd. That was good ball movement by Scott City. Just couldn't quite get the shot to drop in. Coy Vance in. Avery Knoll out for Scott City with 56.7 to go in the opening period. Palacios to inbound it in, does so to Drayton Knoll. Back to Palacios. We're tied at 7, and now to Denniston. Well, you got the cousins, senior and a freshman, both wearing number 3, guarding each other for a while in that possession. Now they're back, and Scott City's in that man-to-man. Caden Hardy with it with 40 seconds. He'll stop, pop the 3 around a screen. Too strong, long rebound to Coy Vance for Scott City. And here's Scott City in transition with Metzger. He'll try a 3, left corner too strong. And the rebound ripped away by Duff, and Scott City will reset it. And now here's Duff for three. Another one that's strong, and the rebound to Holcomb. Had a good look that time into the hands of Hardy with 18 seconds to go first quarter. 7-7 your score. The Longhorns will go for the final shot as Denniston holds the ball in that half-court circle. Almost walked with it there with 10 seconds. Now he'll put it on the floor. Bounce past the left elbow to Drayton Knoll. Pulls up. Jumper over Vance Knoll. Rebound. Rumford had it. Now there's Bailey with 1 second. He'll try a half-court heave. That's almost a foul, and he left it short. And that's the end of your first quarter. What a good one here so far. 7-7, Scott City and Holcomb tied up. Back in a minute for the second. This is Beaver basketball.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agricultural property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
Chambliss Roofing has you covered since 1993. They are prepared for any job like maintenance and repair, an upgrade, or a new install. They provide the best customer service for residential and commercial roofing. Looking to upgrade to a metal roof? They can do that as well. If you have any existing damage or are looking for a roof that will last for years to come, don't wait to get a free consultation. Visit their website, chamblissroofing.com, by scanning the QR code on screen now.
Mix 94.5 KSKL Scott City, powered by Wheatland Electric, committed to improving the lives of their members and the community they serve. Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Scott City 2 of 11 from the floor, Holcomb 3 of 11. It's 7-7 after one. Holcomb's ball to begin the second 8 minutes play. Glad to have you back here. And it's been a defensive battle here. Both teams with a lot of turnovers. Both teams not shooting the ball well. Denniston left wing. Scott City led by Jackson Rumford, 3. Avery Knoll each with 2, with also Alex Trango. Drayton Knoll has 5 of Holcomb 7. Palacios has the other basket, and he has the ball left baseline, cut off by Trango. Here's Caden Titchener for a deep 2. It bounces, hits the lip of the rim, and drops home. He makes it 9-7. Holcomb 7.5 to go first half. That's our second lead change of the night as Holcomb has scored the last 4. The big guys have scored all of it. Now they're going to get a moving screen. That'll be on Dylan Metzger, his first. Scott City's 7th turnover and the team's 4th. And the official explaining to Coach Brian Gentry that they said Metzger grabbed the Holcomb defender. Holcomb with a 2-point lead in the ball. Early seconds of the second quarter, 9-7. Right wing goes to Holcomb up top. Here's a deep 2. Bank to the right. But rebound and the follow-up by Drayton Knoll. It's now 11-7. Knoll with 7 points for Holcomb in this first half. He was scoreless in the first meeting, and the Longhorns are on a 6-0 run over the last 3 minutes. That's the largest lead by either side here. Rumford, bullet pass up top. Trango, catch and shoot straightaway 3 off the back iron, and Chris Palacios to the board for Holcomb. Scott City shooting woes continue here tonight. Down 4, 6:48 to go first half. Holcomb has hit their 2 of their first 3 shots here in this second quarter. They're 5 of 14 for the game. Scott City right now 2 of 12. And a 3 up top, no. And the rebound, that's going to be a push by Cooper Titchener in the back. That's his first. And the team's 4th after Rumford collected the board. So Tissue, who normally wears number 43, is wearing 52 tonight. Scott City trying to end the 6-0 Holcomb run here and get to within 2, maybe 1. Driving in as Bailey pulls up mid-range right, and he buries it. He's got his first basket, 11-9, 6:23 to go first half, and Scott City needed that one and ends a 3-minute drought in a 6-0 Longhorn run. Nearly 2 minutes into this second quarter. Denniston within the backcourt, lobs it across to Caden Hardy. Hardy splits a double team and then stripped out of the hands. Turnover number 6 on Holcomb. Scott City can tie this or take the lead back. Bailey sees an alley. He'll drive in. Wraparound pass. Metzger, right corner 3. Count it! Metzger with his 29-3, and the Beavers are back up by 1, 12-11, 5:54 to go first half. The first 3 knocked down either side, and Titchener almost walked with it again in the front court to Brody Denniston. And now Palacios with an answer back 3, too strong. Long rebound to Dylan Metzger. Scott City up by 1 with the ball. 5:40 to go first half. Bullet pass underneath. Rumford kisses it off the glass for 2. Rumford with 5, and it's a 7-0 run. 14-11 with 5.5 to go first half. Scott City up by their largest margin at 3. They've scored the last 7 in a matter of a minute. 14-11, Holcomb down by 3 of the ball. 5:20 to go first half. Left side with it is Palacios. Looking to drive in, bounce pass into Knoll. Immediately double teamed, and he's fouled. They're going to get that on Knoll, I think, for his second. And they will, and that's going to be Scott City's 5th team foul. Holcomb with 4, and right now Knoll cannot get out of foul trouble, or correction, Avery Knoll and Drayton Knoll battling there. Drayton Knoll spells his with a K. That free throw will bounce in and end the 7-0 Scott City run. 14-12 with 5:15 to go first half as Camden Vogelmore enters for the first time, the 6-foot sophomore, and Jared Harrell back in for Holcomb. 5:15 to go first half. Drayton Knoll has 8 of Holcomb's 12 and make it 9 of their 13. 14-13 lead back down to 1 for Scott City. Beavers have hit their last 3 shots from the floor, and they have a lead of 1. So we approach 5 to go first half. Bailey trapped. He works around the double team, drives in, bounce pass, trying to get it to Alex Trango, and a miscommunication. It'll be turnover number 8. Both teams have turned the ball over quite a bit here in this first half. Holcomb with a chance to retake the lead as we are at the 5-minute mark of the first half. 14-13, Scott City up by 1. They had a 7-0 run before those Drayton Knoll free throws and a whistle and a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Chad Novak as he saw the time running down. I'd like to thank once again J&R Car and Truck Center for providing transportation here to Holcomb tonight. You can view their new and pre-owned inventory in their lot, J&R Car Truck Center, Scott City Online, jrcarandtruck.com. Also, basketball presented by Pokey Feeders, Platinum H Insurance, Plain Jane's New Life Market, Norder Supply, Miller Veterinary Clinic, Midwest Mixer, Western Bearing, Metzger Appraisals, Metzger Family Farms, McCarty Family Farms, Low Tree Farms and Livestock, Lebanon Lawn and Tree, and Jackson Legal Group. It's been a good one here in this first half. 14-13 is your score. Holcomb's led by as many as 4. That was early in the second quarter. Then Scott City went on a 7-0 run to have their largest lead of the half at 14-11. And Holcomb will have the ball with a 1-point lead here with 4:54 to go here in the second quarter of play. Out of the 30-second Longhorn timeout, it'll be their ball as Palacios will inbound it. Scott City with Jackson Rumford, Lawson Bailey, Camden Vogelmore. Also Alex Tarango and Dylan Metzger. Holcomb with Chris Palacios, Brody Denniston, Drayton Knoll, also Jared Harrell, as well as Corbin Johnson, who's in there with his 2 fouls. Palacios with it out high. Look, he's up a dribble. Scott City in 2-3 zone. And now with it up top is Palacios. 4:38, bounce pass right baseline to Harrell. And it goes to Johnson, trying to drive in, almost walked with it, and now with it is Harrell. Work it up top to Brody Denniston with 4.5. Now to Knoll at the right elbow. Gets it stripped out of there, loose, and Alex Trango with a steal. Here's Trango going the other way. Bounce pass left side to Bailey. Layup. Oh, he left it short again. And the rebound to Holcomb. Missed opportunity for Scott City. Up by 1 here with 4:15 to go first half. Oh, they missed a prime opportunity there, but you know what? You got to put that behind you and move on to the next play. Midway point of this second quarter. Good defense by Scott City out high. Denniston with it. Now back to Palacios. Left baseline to Harrell. Underneath to Johnson. Then through the hands. Tipped up in the air by... They're trying to get it to Drayton Knoll as Alex Tarango knocks it out of bounds. Caden Titchener returns to the lineup. He will replace Drayton Knoll. Man, those big old bruisers, a junior and a sophomore, they're just wide bodies. Holcomb's going to have a monstrous line next year. Past the halfway point of the second quarter, they did already this year. Left baseline, that's Palacios. Now back he goes to Corbin Johnson. 1 point Scott City lead, Holcomb's ball. Palacios, entry feed into, trying to get it in. They get it into Kitchener, and that's going to be, a blocking foul. They're going to talk this over. They may change this. They're really having a long conversation. Rumford was set. Oh, they are. I tell you what, to be honest, the longer they talked about it, The longer they talked about it, you had the feeling that they were going to change that. And now Cooper Titchener with 2. An interesting call there with 3:40 to go first half. Scott City the beneficiary of the call, up by 1. A screen for Lawson Bailey up top. He'll get it in to run for the left block. Guarded by Titchener, backing his way in. Flips it up, hook shot, and it'll bounce off, and the rebound goes to Holcomb. Into the hands of Palacios, his 3rd board of the half. That one looked good. Here's Palacios, almost gave it to Titchener there. Now they'll throw it back up top to Brody Denniston with 3:14 to go first half. Scott City up by 1, and now Denniston fouled by a familiar face in the family, Metzger. And now Metzger with 2 fouls, and that's team foul number 6. Scott City battling a little foul trouble as well. Drayton Knoll in for Cooper Titchener, checks out with 2 fouls. And that was weird. I think I've got everything back, yeah.
Western Kansas, make Fairley Feed Yard your custom cattle feeder. That's Fairley Feed Yard of Scott City.
We apologize. We lost power here but it's been unfortunate. Holcomb has scored the last 3 points. Corbin Johnson with the free throws. 2:31 to go first half. Holcomb up 16-14 to make it 17-14 as they're now on a 6-0 run, and they have one of their largest leads of the night. Scott City with some foul trouble. Dylan Metzger with 2, and also Avery Knoll with 2. Jackson Rumford 1. Here's Metzger underneath the Rumford, who puts it up for his basket. He has 7, 17-16, 2:18 to go first half, and a big answer back there for Scott City as they broke a 3-minute drought and saw Holcomb's 6-0 run come to an end. We're just outside of 2 minutes to go first half. Holcomb breaks the press. Mouse pass up top. It'll go to Caden Hardy. Now right high to Brody Denniston. Metzger staying out there with 2 fouls. Now left side, here's Hardy with it. Underneath, here's a shot. Tough angle, no. The rebound to Lawson Bailey for Scott City. Bailey down the floor to Rumford with it. Beavers down 2 with a minute 45 to go second quarter. Bailey will drive in. Jump stop. Bank shot. Yes! Maybe a little travel there, but Scott City will take it. They're up by 1 with 1:38 to go first half. And that's the 4th lead change of this half. 18-17 Scott City. Holcomb into the front court. Denniston with it. Drives left side, and he's fouled by Duff. And that is his 2nd and the team's 8th. And Denniston will have a 1-1 coming up. He's 50% on the year. Holcomb has hit all their free throws. They're 4 of 4 to make that 5 of 5 from the line in the first half. Scott City is 3 of 4. And Volgamore in for Duff. So Scott City with a lot of 2 fouls here with Duff, Metzger, Avery Knoll. That's 6 of their 8 right there. Free throw, Denniston in and out, and Lawson Bailey grabs his 3rd board of the night. Scott City up by 1 with the ball. Minute 25 to go first half. Their largest lead has been at 3. And now Rumford to hold it up top. Holcomb in a matchup zone, it looks like. Right side to Avery Knoll. Knoll with it. Nice cut. Here's Rumford. Pull up right side. Too strong. Rebound. Palacios wins the battle with Camden Volgamore underneath. Final minute of this first half. Holcomb looking to reclaim the lead. He'll go right side of the pass to Denniston. Denniston up top now to Jared Harrell, who had a field goal a little bit ago to put Holcomb back up top. 55 seconds to work first half. Denniston Guarded by Metzger, looking for a screen, gets it, stops, pops the deep 2, off the heel, rebound. Bailey had it underneath and then ripped away, and they're going to get a holding foul on Bailey. That'll be his first and team's 9th. 1-1 for Corbin Johnson. He just sank his free throws moments ago. So Bailey with his first. Alex Trango in for Avery Knoll. 1-1 coming up here. And 18-17 your score. Johnson hit his 2 free throws, and he gets that one. He's 3 for 3 at the line, all 3 of his points there. And we're tied for the 4th time in this half at 18. 47 seconds to go first half. It's been a wild first half. 4 ties, 4 lead changes. Second free throw also money for Johnson, and Holcomb back on top, 19-18. As I believe it's Caden Hardy in to replace Corbin Johnson. Coach Chad Novak does not want him to get a 3rd foul before halftime. 40 seconds to work second quarter. Scott City down by 1, 19-18. They've led by no more than 3. Holcomb's led by no more than 4. With it up top is Coy Vance, almost a reach in. Now into Trango, catches it, shot in the paint, bounces off. Scott City going cold here as of late. Holcomb with the rebound in the hands of Denniston. They'll go for more than likely the final shot of this half with 20 seconds to go, second quarter. 19-18 your score, right side out high to Caden Hardy. It's been a defensive battle really in this first half. Up top goes to Denniston with 10 seconds, guarded by Alex Trango. Right side of the pass to Hardy. Back to Denniston with 5 seconds with 4. 3 seconds right side. Here's a guarded 3. It's on target and it's down. Palacios hits the 3 to put Holcomb up by 4, 22-18. They go on a 12-4 run over the final 5 minutes of the first half to match their largest lead at 4 as we head to the locker room. Halftime show to begin after this timeout. This is Scott City basketball.
Chambliss Roofing has you covered since 1993. They are prepared for any job like maintenance and repair, an upgrade, or a new install. They provide the best customer service for residential and commercial roofing. Looking to upgrade to a metal roof? They can do that as well. If you have any existing damage or are looking for a roof that will last for years to come, don't wait to get a free consultation. Visit their website, chamblissroofing.com, by scanning the QR code on screen now.
Yard is dedicated to investing in our facilities and staff to provide the best experience possible for the cattle feeder and, in the end, the consumers of our product. We are always in the market to purchase corn and other commodities from local producers. Call our office at 620-872-2111 for current pricing. Our dedicated employees and their families are very important to us, and we are proud of their children that are current beavers and individuals that will grow into those roles in the future. Fairleigh Feed Yard is privileged to support Scott City youth and are honored to cheer on the Beavers.
With over 10 years of experience, Jamie at JW Enterprise can repair your windshield quickly and conveniently. Even if you don't have time to make it to the shop, Jamie can fix your windshield from your home, or he can come get your vehicle for you. JW Enterprise is insured and Safe Flight certified. He might be operating under a different name, but Jamie still provides the same quality of service. Let Jamie at JW Enterprise fix that chip in your windshield now. Find JW Enterprise on Facebook or give him a call at 785-260-7773.
The world needs more farmers. People who know the land. People who support rural communities. People who are as diverse as each acre they care for. But unless you've been born and raised on a family farm, it's nearly impossible to become a farmer. That's why we are building a team of people from our hometown and across the world to do what they love. We are not just a family farm. We are a multi-family farm. We are Volgamore Family Farms.
Lead over the Scott City Beavers here at the break. Holcomb getting to the line, Scott City not. That was really the difference in the first half. We'll run down a lot of the first half stats here in this first half. Scott City committed 9 fouls, just 5 by Holcomb, but that's really not, that's part of the story. I mean, they were all pretty legitimate fouls. We'll get to more details here. Holcomb owning the glass as well. Scott City was led by Jackson Rumford with 7, 4 for Lawson Bailey, 3 for Dylan Metzger, Avery Knoll, and Alex Trango each with a basket for the Beavers in the first half. They had 9 fouls to the Beavers, 8 turnovers, 5 steals, 8 defensive rebounds, 2 offensive boards for a total of 10 rebounds in the first half. Scott City did not attempt a free throw that entire second quarter. In the first half for Holcomb, they were led by Drayton Knoll. He had 9. Also 5 for Chris Palacios, who buried that 3 right at the end of the first half. 4 for Corbin Johnson all at the line. And then 2 for Jared Harrell and Cooper Titchener in the first half for Holcomb. As the Longhorns did outscore Scott City 15-11 in that second quarter. They had 5 fouls. They had 8 turnovers, 3 steals in the first half, 10 defensive rebounds, 4 offensive boards, 14 total rebounds. So Scott City getting dominated on the glass in the first half by 4 at 14-10. We'll get to more of your first half stats when we come back. It is halftime, 22-18. Scott City down 4 at intermission. Back after this break. This is Beaver basketball.
With over 40 years of experience in the crop protection business, the dedicated team in Northern Supply is in achieving maximum net return per acre by delivering advice and best in customer service. That's how they define.
The world needs more farmers. People who know the land. People who support rural communities. People who are as diverse as each acre they care for. But unless you've been born and raised on a family farm, it's nearly impossible to become a farmer. That's why we are building a team of people from our hometown and across the world to do what they love. We are not just a family farm. We are a multi-family farm. We are Volgamore Family Farms.
Adding value to our community has been our priority since day one. That's why the Scott Co-op is here with 8 elevator locations, 2 service stations, 5 card trolls, bulk fuel and oil delivery, as well as a full-service agronomy department, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Visit us online at scottcoop.com or download our app for more information. Scott Co-op is a proud supporter of our local communities.
Furrow Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Furrow Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience uniquely theirs, where excellence meets elegance and healthcare is personalized just for you. Scott County Hospital and Scott City Clinic's skilled physicians and nurses will help your family prepare for the birth of your baby. The private, comfortable, secure rooms for labor, delivery, and postpartum care include jacuzzi tubs for pain management during labor. Call Scott City Clinic to set an appointment today. We put our heart in healthcare.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas.
and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We're more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
As well, I really wasn't kidding as I broke down the stats. I'll get to that here right now, the shooting percentages. Both teams made 7 field goals in that first half. Scott City was 7 of 21 for 33%, 1 of 10 on threes, 6 of 11 on 2-point baskets. So that kind of gives you the hint where they need to go in the second half. But Scott City was just 3 of 4 at the line. On the other side, Holcomb was 7 of 18 from the floor, just above 33%, 1 of 5 on threes, and 6 of 13 on 2-point baskets. They were 7 of 8 from the line in the first half. So there's your difference. Holcomb doubled their free throw attempts in Scott City, but they also hit 4 more free throws in Scott City. And that's the difference in the game right now. For the free throws, 22-18. The Beavers will be back at home on Tuesday. They will take on the Colby Eagles to wrap up their home slate. And that'll be at 6 o'clock for the girls. The boys to follow will be on the air somewhere around 5:40. It'll be senior night as well. And then the Scott City will have a week off, and then they'll go to Goodland on the 21st. As for Holcomb, they will have Cimarron at home on Tuesday. That'll be their final home game of the season as well. And then they go to Hugoton on Friday next week, and then go to Syracuse in an old High Plains League matchup the following Tuesday, the 21st, to wrap up their regular season. Scott City needs to get out of foul trouble here. Dylan Duff, Dylan Metzger, Avery Knoll, each with 2 fouls for Scott City. Holcomb had Corbin Johnson with 2 and Cooper Titchener with 2. As I mentioned, the difference was getting into the foul line. It'll be Scott City's ball to begin the 38 minutes of play, as they'll have Avery Knoll, Dylan Metzger, Alex Tarango, also Jackson Rumford and Lawson Bailey for Holcomb. Their second half will start off with Corbin Johnson, also with Rumford up top with it, Drayton Knoll. Here's Metzger. He'll float one in the paint. He fouled from behind, but rebound. They did not call the foul. Rumford backs away and pivots, throws one up, and he draws the foul. That'll work. And 2 free throws for Jackson Rumford. Boy, Metzger looked like he was fouled from behind by Palacios. They let it play. They get Drayton Knoll this first. Remember the first time these two teams played, Scott City got Drayton Knoll and Cooper Titchener in a foul trouble in the first quarter. That kind of changed the course of the whole game. Rumford 3 of 4 at the line. He's attempted all the free throws for Scott City, now 4 of 5. And it's 22-19 with 7:43 to go third quarter. Once again for Holcomb, I tried to get the starters out there for them. They do have Chris Palacios, Brody Denniston, Corbin Johnson, Caden Hardy, and Drayton Knoll. Rumford drains them both. He has 9, and it's back to a 2-point game. Holcomb's first offensive possession of the half, a 1-2-1-1 full court press, but Holcomb's going to break it with 3-on-2 numbers. Pulling up is Johnson, and now up top with it is going to be Holcomb's Brody Denniston. Goes right with the pass, and they get it into Knoll, backing his way on Rumford. Backing his way, pivots right, shot up, and they're going to get a foul on Rumford. That foul will be on Rumford, his first team foul. So we've had free throws for both teams to begin this third quarter. Coach Brian Gentry wants to understand the foul, the official explaining it. Free throw number 1 is up, and that is good. And Holcomb now 8 of 9 from the line. They extend their lead to 23-20, 7:28 to go third quarter. I tell you what, Knoll has to be careful. He's going to swing those elbows around, and he's going to be called for a charge here. Second free throw, he drains them both. Holcomb continues their good free throw shooting. They come in at 64% on the year, but as I mentioned, they have been a better team at home. Metzger almost took the 3, but quickly guarded by Knoll. Now Rumford right corner, 7:15 to go third quarter. Skip it over left side to Lawson Bailey. Left corner to Avery Knoll. He'll try the triple. He'll bury the triple. And Knoll with his 4th 3, and it's a 1-point game. 24-23, 7:06 to go third quarter. Scott City's second 3 of the night. Both teams have not hit very many threes in this game. A minute into this second half of play. Now Johnson gets the ball poked away from behind. Last touch they'll say by Tarango. It'll still stay Holcomb Longhorn basketball. 6:55 here in the third. 1 point Holcomb lead with the ball, 24-23. Palacios trying to inbound it in, does so to Caden Hardy. Steps back, he'll launch a three, but he traveled before that, and that'll be Holcomb's 9th turnover, and Scott City reclaim the lead. That one would have been blocked by Avery Knoll. I think Knoll would have probably preferred to get the stat there, get the block shot, maybe the rebound instead of the travel. But it's still in the hands of the blue-shirted Beavers, down 1, 6:45 here in the third. Metzger with it up top, goes left to Jackson Rumford. Rumford holds it, man-to-man defense for Holcomb. Underneath to Avery. No, he missed it. Wild shot, and the rebound to Holcomb. Shooting woes underneath the basket continue for Scott City. Last couple games, a straightaway three. That one rimmed halfway in and out for Johnson. Rumford with the rebound. He may take this one all the way. He'll drive in. No, ball poked away. They're going to say last two. Last touch by Knoll. And they'll say turnover number 9 on Scott City with 6:20 to go third quarter. Tough break for the Beavers, down 1. Johnson with it, goes left to Palacios. He'll try a deep three, and he's on target, and it's down. And he answers back with a three, 27-23, 6:10 to go third quarter. He has had both of Holcomb's threes tonight, and they go back up by 4, 3 minutes into the second half. Rumford with it up top, goes right side to Alex Trango, double teamed, and they draw a touch foul on that. And that's a break for Scott City. The foul on Chris Palacios, his first, team's second. At 5:57, and that much to the displeasure of Coach Chad Novak. And yeah, that was kind of a touchy foul, but the official made it right in front of her. 5:50 to go. No, left corner Bailey for an answer back three. Good. Lawson Bailey, his 20th triple, pulls Scott City back to within 1 with 5:40 to go third quarter at 27-26. And Johnson almost walks with it. He's still in the backcourt with it. Just gets it across, and then Dylan Metzger almost knocked it off of Palacios' knee. With 5.5 to go third quarter, still stay Longhorn basketball with a 1-point lead. So all the field goals in this third quarter by both sides have been all on three-pointers. Scott City's hit 2, Holcomb's had 1, and inbound in. That wasn't over and back because they didn't have full control of that, and he wasn't fully across first anyway. Denniston, a bounce pass to Johnson. He'll get around the screen, looking to drive in, almost double dribble, pump fakes twice, goes up and he's fouled. And that's on Jackson Rumford. That's a big foul, his third. Corbin Johnson, who's perfect to the line, 4 of 4, and Rumford has picked up both of Scott City's fouls this quarter. With 5:22 to go third quarter, and Rumford leading Scott City with 9 points. That's a big foul there. And Coach Brian Gentry, for the time being, will keep him in there with the roll of the dice. Johnson, all 4 of his points at the line. He's 71% coming in, and he's now 5 of 5, and extends Holcomb's lead to 2. 5:22 to go third quarter, 28-26. Basketball brought to you by Jeff Beaver Advertising, J&R Trucking, J&R Car and Truck, HRC Feed Yards, Haymaby Farms, High Choice Feeders, Harris Chiropractic and Acupuncture, Great Western Tire. Second free throw missed, and Bailey with the rebound. Scott City can tie. 5:18 to go third quarter. Metzger. Holcomb in his zone. Into Rumford, left corner. Here's Trango trying to drive in and almost lost it out of bounds. Rumford. He'll take the 3 for the lead. He'll get the lead for Scott City. 29-28, and a 30-second timeout for Coach Brian Gentry with 5:05 to go third quarter. As the Beavers go back up by 1 in their 6th lead change of the night, 29-28. What a 3 in the left corner. So they let the defender go by. Scott City with 3 threes in the quarter, and now 4 for the game. Basketball also breaks in it here by Fro Electric, Fro Ag Service, Fro Heating and Cooling, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Neil Baker. And Scott City getting the lead back thanks to the three-point shooting. They're on an 11-6 run in this third quarter here in the first 2 minutes and 55 seconds to go up 29-28 with 5:05 to go third quarter. Both teams down to 4 timeouts remaining. Been a good game here tonight, really. Knew it would be coming in, and really hasn't disappointed. It's been intense, back and forth. 5 lead changes make that 6 lead changes. And 4 ties. Now the 32nd timeout. Holcomb with the ball trailing for the first time this half. Up top to Denniston, back to Palacios. He's hit a couple of deep threes in this game. Both have been from the left wing. Got a whistle, and they're going to call a travel up top. Interesting call there, and an enforced error gives the ball back to the Beavers up 1. Cooper Titchener and also Jared Harrell back in to replace Drayton Knoll, and Caden Hardy. 4:52 here in the third quarter, 29-28. Beaver lead at one with the ball. Holcomb back to man-to-man. Left side to Jackson Renford out high. Puts it on the floor. Steps back. Pump fakes on the three. Now to Lawson Bailey. Bailey with it up top. He'll drive left side. Kick in the corner to Avery Knoll. Head fake. Drives the left baseline. And then he's going to be called for the walk. And the turnover back to Holcomb. It looked like Knoll was tripped up, but they're going to say it was a travel. With 4:36 to go third quarter. And that's what caused him to travel. Back over goes to Holcomb down one, 29-28. It's been a good game, though. Officials have been doing their best here. Underneath, Titchener with position underneath, and he goes over Rumford. Has his fourth point. Rumford did not want to commit his fourth foul. 30-29, 4:16 to go here in the third. And that's actually right there, our sixth lead change of the night. Driving in here, Triangle floats one up, leaves a short rebound to Titchener, and Holcomb with the ball up one. Near the midway point of this third quarter, Triangle held to 2 points so far. Titchener up top. Entry feed right block. It goes to Harrell over Bailey, no, and the rebound to Rumford and a foul. Team foul number 3 on Holcomb this half. And that foul is going to be on Jared Harrell, his second.
That's his second.
Third foul on Holcomb this half, just 2 on Scott City. The Beavers can retake the lead back here with 3:50 to go here in the third. Down one at 30-29. Triangle up top. Left side it goes to Metzger. He'll pull it back out here with 3:43 to go in the third. Triangle into Rumford. Double team, floats one up and knocks it down. He's got 14. He has 7 in the period. 31-30 with 3.5 to go third quarter. And Scott City back up by 1. Holcomb back with the ball. 7 lead changes, 4 ties here tonight. Right side to Corbin Johnson up top. And now left side, Palacios wide open for 3. Short that time, rebound loose. And it's going to be saved into play off of the leg of Scott City, but into the hands of Lawson Bailey. In transition, here's Metzger driving in. Right corner, here's Tarango, turns down the 3. Now up top to Bailey with 3:05 to go third quarter. Pump fakes on the 3. Metzger with it. 31-30, Scott City up by 1. 3 minutes to go here in the third. Right side, Alex Tarango. Tarango with a couple of dribbles, bounces it to Avery Knoll. Knoll, right side to Metzger, turns down the 3, drives the right baseline, and he's going to draw the push on Cooper Titchener, his third, with 2:48 to go third quarter. Team foul number 4 on the Holcomb Longhorns. That'll bring Drayton Knoll back into the lineup for Titchener. That's been the rotation here in the second half. Those two have been in and out for each other. That's the first Longhorn with 3 fouls. Alex Tarango exits. And bound in by Knoll to Rumford and back to Knoll. He'll drive in. Dish it left side. Duff turns down the 3. Metzger thought about taking the deep 3. Doesn't. Puts it on the floor a couple times. Flips it over right to Drumford. 2:38 here in the third quarter. 31-30. Scott City up by 1 of the ball. Duff with the screen. Goes left. Metzger with it. He'll drive in. He'll take it all the way. His layup off the glass and down. He's got 5. 33-30. Matches Scott City's largest lead. 2:25 to go third quarter. And the Beavers on a 7-2 run here in the last 2.5 minutes to go up by 3. 2:15 here in the third. Up top with it is Harrell. Goes left side. The ball ripped away. Oh, they're going to get a holding foul on Knoll. My goodness. Tough break for Scott City. Knoll's third and the team's third of the second half.
That's his third.
They've been calling it consistent, though, with 2:13 to go third quarter. Hardy in to replace Harrell for Holcomb. 33-30 is Knoll about had himself a steal there. So Knoll and Rumford each with 3 fouls. That's something to keep an eye on for Scott City here as we approach 2 minutes. Wide open for the tie, and Corbin Johnson hits it. Left wide open up top, our 5th tie of the game. 33 apiece, under 2 to go third quarter. And Holcomb looking to pick up Scott City in the half court. Then they get behind the defense. Duff up top to Metzger. Bounce past Rumford. Looking for a cutter here with minute 44 to go. He'll put on the floor now to Avery Knoll. Dish it back to Rumford. Wanted to take the 3. Here's Metzger in the right corner. He's too strong in the 3. Rebound. Duff couldn't get it. Avery Knoll saves it for Scott City and tries to knock it off a Longhorn. A steal and a foul. And that's going to be on Rumford. And that's going to be his 4th foul with 1:31 to go third quarter. That's a huge foul and decision time for Coach Brian Gentry. 1:31 to go, 34, and there's no question that Rumford has to exit with 4 fouls. Both teams have 4 here in this second half. That's could change things around. Sage Steckline in for the first time as 6'3" junior. Minute 20 to go here in the third. Up top right side to Palacios. Here's a corner Denniston three, too strong. And the rebound to Dylan Duff for Scott City. Tied at 33, minute 14 to go, third quarter. Steckline with it. Metzger open left side, turns down the three, quickly guarded by a couple Longhorns. Then back up to Steckline with a minute 5 to go, third stanza. Here is Duff with it. Back out high to Metzger, left side. Under a minute now to go, third quarter. Metzger back to Lawson Bailey up top. Right corner to Duff. And Steckline. Then back to Duff. Almost went out of bounds there. Now here's lob to Avery Knoll from underneath here. Steckline is layup. No. That one's going to be poked out by Holcomb. It'll stay Scott City's ball with 45 seconds. Steckline almost had the layup. Would have been his second varsity basket of the year. Jackson Rumford right now on the bench with 4 fouls here with 45 seconds left in period 3. Tied at 33. Up top to Lawson Bailey. Here's Metzger with it, looking to drive in. He gets pushed. He gets the shot up. No, and the rebound goes to Holcomb. Boy, Metzger was pushed. They let the contact go there, and the Longhorns can retake the lead. Johnson right side to Denniston. And it goes position underneath. Shot up and good for Knoll. He has 13, 35, 33, 24 seconds to go. Third quarter. And man, they would not call a push on Holcomb there. And Scott City finds themselves back down 2 on a 5-0 Holcomb run. Bailey with it. Bounce pass to Metzger with 12 seconds. 11, 10 seconds. Here's Knoll with it. And ball deflected and stolen away in a bad pass. 11th Scott City turnover. 4 seconds with 3. 2 seconds. Here's a 3. No. And the follow-up, they're going to count it. No, they're going to wave it off. They're going to wave it off, I think, here. Oh, they're going to count it. My goodness. 37-33 going into the fourth quarter. Back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
The Scott Recreation Commission invites you to come get fit in their fitness center, no matter where you're.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas, and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We're more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
White's Food Liner is located at 1314 South Main Street in Scott City, Kansas. They are open daily from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Home delivery is available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. just by calling 620-872-5854. They are a full-service grocery store offering a wide selection of varieties at affordable prices. Sign up today for their mobile app. Look for it in the App Play Store under White's Food Liner. Don't forget to visit today.
Follow-up, they count for Knoll at the end of the third quarter, and it's 37-33. Holcomb with a 7-0 run, and they will go with a 4-point lead going into the fourth quarter. I don't know how in the world you count that, as Knoll was 17-9. Now we have official timeout to begin this fourth quarter. They have not reset the clock. Knoll was 17 to lead Holcomb. My goodness, I couldn't believe you counted that. But Holcomb scored the last 7 points of the quarter. Scott City with some big foul trouble with Jackson Rumford on the bench, he's back in there with 4 fouls and 14 points. Johnston with it. That matches Holcomb's largest lead. Denniston with a straightaway 3 off to the right. Rebound ripped around and in the hands of Alex Trango for Scott City. Beavers down 4 here in transition. Knoll saves it into Lawson Bailey. Then up top to Trango. He'll penetrate right side to Metzger. Knoll with 17 lead. Here's a 3 in the left corner. Bailey can't get it to go, and Holcomb with the board. And Scott City starting to go ice cold here. And the end of the third and into the fourth quarter. Holcomb 10 of 12. Scott City is 5 of 6. The layup blocked by Knoll. And then the foul is called. You've got to be kidding me. And now Knoll with 4 fouls. And team foul number 5.5.
That's his 4th.
2 free throws coming up here with 7:18 to go. Corbin Johnson, who's 5 of 6 at the line. Holcomb has made their living at the line tonight, and they add to it. Their largest lead, 38-33, 7:18 to go. My goodness. Knoll with 4 fouls. And Rumford with 4 fouls. Scott City not getting any breaks here lately. Second free throw, and it's a 6-point game and a 9-0 run, 39-33. Johnson with 10 points, and 7 of those are from the line. He has 5 of that 9-0 run. Holcomb with the largest lead, 7:12 to go in the game. Left side to Metzger. Scott City has not scored here in about 4 minutes, and they get a foul, the 5th team foul on Holcomb this half. The foul will be charged to Brody Denniston just as first. The Scott City with Avery Knoll with 4, Jackson Rumford with 4. Holcomb, only one they have really in foul trouble is Cooper Titchener with 3. Bailey to inbound. It does so up top to Rumford, then back to Bailey. Head fakes on the 3. Metzger turns down the deep 3, steps back. Long ways to go in this one, but Scott City needs to get some momentum going. 6-point is the largest lead for either side here tonight. 6:55 to go. Beavers have not scored in nearly 5 minutes here. Or 4 minutes, excuse me. Rumford with it up top. Right side to Metzger. Into Bailey is with a lot of contact. They won't call a contact on Holcomb there, but Bailey misses it, and the Longhorns back the other way, looking out to their 9-0 run. 6:34 to go. Up top now to Palacios. 39-33. Free throws, by the way, 14 free throw attempts for Holcomb and just 6 for Scott City. And a 3 halfway in and out, but Palacios with the rebound. He'll go up and miss it, and Avery Knoll gets a rebound, and they're going to call a tie-up. How about a foul, too? Possession arrow favors Scott City, no foul. But Avery Knoll finally gets that one. And back over goes to Scott City with 6:15 to go. The Beavers are down 6, 39-33. Had not scored since the 2:26 mark of the third quarter when they went up 33-30. So you're looking at a 4.5-minute drought approaching. Rumford with it. Rainbow pass around the corner to Lawson Bailey. He'll drive right side, and then he gets it stripped from behind and a turnover. 12th Scott City turnover. Holcomb has 10. Holcomb is going to slow it down a little bit. 5:50 to go, up by 6. As I mentioned, this is a different team in this gym. They are on a 4-game losing streak, and Chad Novak wants a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 5:47 left. 39-33. Holcomb up by 6. Back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
It's all about your vision. That's what Dr.
As your local community foundation, we are dedicated to preserving local wealth so the communities in and around Scott County will forever remain an attractive place to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. To learn more, visit us online at scottcf.org.
Holcomb's leading the ball. Scott City yet to score in this fourth quarter. Holcomb's only scored 2, but the time starting to become a factor. I know there's 5:47 to go, but the way this game is going, it really favors Holcomb. You know the Longhorns are going to start to milk this clock, even though they have a 6-point lead with a lot of time left. Denniston with it will go right side with the pass to Chris Palacios. Left side, now they'll work it up top. In the paint, here's Corbin Johnson, and here's a 3 for Denniston. In and out, and the rebound tipped around, and who's going to get it? Holcomb's going to get it. They hustle to the ball there, and they'll have another possession here with 5:25 to go. That was a good tip out by the Longhorns. Right side with the pass to Hardy. And now back up top, it goes to Corbin Johnson. Both teams have 5 fouls this half. Now Denniston up top. It goes to Drayton Knoll. Knoll with it to Palacios, and back up top to Johnson. 5 minutes to go. Holcomb is just going to milk this clock here. They have a 6-point lead. They're trying to snap a 4-game losing streak and looking for their first win in the league play this year. Bounce pass right side to Palacios. Looking in, can't find anybody. 4:50 left. Palacios will drive in. They're not going to shoot. Scott City may have to foul, but they'll get a turnover instead. That's a good start. Rumford to push it across to Lawson Bailey. Scott City on a 5 6-minute drought here. Here's Metzger with it up top. 4:35 to go. 39-33. Cutting in the paint is Rumford. Nice dump off, and Trango kisses it off the glass for his 4th point. 39-35. That's a good basket for Scott City. They're back to within 4. 4:25 to go in their first field goal here in over 6 minutes. Ends a 9-0 Holcomb run, and we're going to get a tie-up, but it'll still stay Holcomb ball. They didn't call the foul that time. That was a similar play with Knoll. When he tried to get the steal, they called the foul on him. This time they called the tie-up. That was a good call. It stays Longhorn ball, though, with 4:16 to go. Holcomb did trigger it in to avoid the 5 count. They will lob it in, and it's deflected, but picked up by Knoll. He'll go up and score it. 19-41-35 with 4:10 to go. And with it is Lawson Bailey out high. Goes right side, and Metzger with a little contact. Now back to Bailey. Turns down the 3 halfway through the 4th quarter. Left corner to Tarango. Back up top. Here's Metzger. He'll try the 3, and he'll bury the 3. It cuts the deficit in half with 3:53 to go. 41-38. Scott City with another 3 here this half. Scott City down 41-38. 3:45 to go. Hopefully that settles them down here a little bit. Bounce pass in the front court. Oh, they're going to get a foul on Alex Tarango. And that'll be team foul number 6 on Holcomb, or Scott City this second half. Tarango with his second foul. With 3:40 to go. 41-38. Holcomb keeps possession of the ball. Palacios to trigger it in near half court. Scott City with 4 timeouts left. Holcomb with 3. They just get it in to Corbin Johnson. Scott City, no fouls. Good, but Lawson Bailey steal up top. Lead pass, then stolen way back. That was a good idea that time, and then a foul on Bailey. Bailey's second, the team's 7th, and a 1-1 coming up. Lawson frustrated with that call, and I understand. It's good effort, though. 1-1 coming up for Brody Denniston, who has has not scored tonight, His second trip to the line tonight, but Holcomb has been money at the line, 10 of 12. Scott City only 5 of 6 in a 3-point game. Front of the 1-1 is crawling off, and rebound Lawson Bailey. He has his 6th board of the night. 41-38, 3:28 to go. Scott City can inch a little closer here. Bailey uses up a dribble, finds Jackson Rumford left side. Double teamed up top to Alex Tarango. Tarango with it goes right side to Metzger as they try to trap out high into Tarango in the paint. A lot of contact, his fadeaway, short rebound tipped, and Rumford almost picked up foul number 5 there and into the hands of Chris Palacios. Rumford dodged one there. He almost picked up foul number 5 here as we approach 3 minutes to go. 3-point Holcomb lead with the ball, 41-38. Palacios with the right side up top. It goes to Corbin Johnson. Holcomb's not going to shoot it. They'll make Scott City foul you. Up top to Denniston with 2:50 to go. 3-point Longhorn lead, 41-38. The screen there is Denniston with it. Now up top, they're working in to Knoll. He'll drive in, he'll lay it up and score it. 43-38 with 2:42 to go, and Scott City needs to have a little bit more of a sense of urgency. Bailey will try a 3 right side. Too strong rebound in the hands of Caden Hardy, and Holcomb can run a little bit more time off here as Bailey had a good look at it but just couldn't get it down. 2:24 to go, and now Scott City may need to start thinking about fouling. If you're Knoll, you don't want to pick up foul number 5, and they do get the steal. That'll work as well. 14th turnover, but Scott City throws it away. Scott City's been their own worst enemy. Up top, Denniston, they're not going to... Here a screen here for Denniston with 2 minutes to go. Here's a right wing with it is Caden Hardy. Scott City's been their own worst enemy. When they force turnovers, then they turn it right back over. You got to love the effort, though. 43-38. Minute 50 to go in this one. Knoll has 4 fouls. He can't foul. Metzger now up top, with it is Corbin Johnson. Left side, Denniston. And now to Caden Hardy. You got to think about fouling, and they'll almost throw it away. They will. Oh, they'll knock it off of Metzger. My goodness. Timeout on the floor taken by Scott City. The Beavers just are in the right place but cannot finish the deed. 43-38, Holcomb, 1:36 to go. Back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
As your local community foundation, we are dedicated to preserving local wealth so the communities in and around Scott County will forever remain an attractive place to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. To learn more, visit us online at scottcf.org.
How would you describe your career?
Rewarding. It's more than just a job.
Great vacation, great sick pay.
Great opportunities to move forward. Good work environment, good people. Always something new, always something different.
Every day you learn something new.
Their commitment to education is second to none.
They pay for my school.
I love it because we're all one big happy family.
Family.
Family. It's like a family.
Grow your career with American Implement and John Deere.
To you by Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
43-38, Holcomb in the lead in the ball, 1:36 to go. Scott City just cannot catch a break here in the late third quarter and fourth quarter after Holcomb went on that 9-0 run. They've had their chances, have the Beavers, but they just haven't come up with the turn. When they do come up with the turnover, they turn it right back over. Holcomb with the ball. They're just going to play keep away, and Scott City will have to start fouling here, forcing 5 counts. Both teams with 3 timeouts left. Possession arrow favors Scott City. 1:25 to go in this one. Caden Hardy left side to Denniston. If you're trying, you may want to foul him. And now right side, it goes up top. Once again, this game really turned when Jackson Rumford picked up his 4th foul in the third quarter with about 1:34 to go. Scott City at that moment was tied at 33. But Holcomb is just going to play keep away. Scott City needs to foul. No, Rumford, don't foul. Minute to go. Holcomb just playing keep away. Got to foul. Got to foul. It's a 5-point game. They're just playing keep away. And a timeout for Holcomb with 53 seconds to go. It's a full timeout. Let's come back in 30. This is Beaver basketball.
How would you describe your career?
Rewarding. It's more than just a job.
Great vacation, great sick pay.
Great opportunities to move forward. Good work environment, good people. Always something new, always something different.
Every day you learn something new.
Their commitment to education is second to none.
They pay for my school.
I love it because we're all one big happy family.
Family.
Family. It's like a family.
Grow your career with American Implement and John Deere.
43-38, Holcomb up by 5 with the ball as we're down to 53.6 to go, and Scott City has struggled scoring after they had a 33-30 lead with 2:26 to go. It's been in the third quarter, it's been a 13-5 run for Holcomb really over the last 9+ minutes of this ball game. But Scott City cannot afford to just keep playing tight defense up high. They've got to get a foul here. They have no choice. But if you don't want Rumford or Knoll to foul because they have 4 fouls. And bounded into Palacios in the backcourt with 51 seconds. So Scott City's got a foul here. They're down 5 and time is running out. Palacios has not been to the foul line tonight, and there's a foul, and that's going to be it for Knoll. 43 seconds, way too much time taken off the clock by Scott City, and Palacios will head to the line, and that'll be it. Or no, they're going to get the foul, and Lawson Bailey is third, so that's a break for Scott City. They let Holcomb take off way too much time there. That's the 8th team foul on Scott City. It's actually Hardy to the line, and his free throw is good. And Holcomb continues to be money at the line, 44-38. Matching their largest lead, 43.9 to go. Drayton Knoll checks out as they bring in Jared Harrell, so they bring in more guard-oriented play. Second free throw pending for Hardy. It's up, and it is good, 45-38, 43.9 to go. It's been an 8-5 run for Holcomb in this fourth quarter. They've turned a 6-point lead to 8 now. Metzger up top. He'll launch a deep 3, and he almost banked it in, but Rumford got the rebound. Spin move, goes up, and his shot is, and then a break for Scott City. They get some time, or get 2 free throws with time running off the clock. That's going to be on Chris Palacios, just his second, but the team's 6th. Rumford to the line. He has 14 points and 8 rebounds, or 6 rebounds tonight. Scott City is only 5 of 6 to the line to make it 6 of 7, 45-39, 32.5 seconds to go. Drayton Knoll checking in to replace Jared Harrell. 32.5 seconds to go. Scott City down 6. Rumford trying for his 16th point, knocks it in, 45-40. and they'll apply full court pressure off the inbounds. They'll get it in to Corbin Johnson. Lead pass down the floor into the front court to Caden Hardy. Tried to foul, and now driving in, here's Johnson, and he's going to be fouled by Metzger. And Johnson, who is 4, 6, 7 of 8 from the line, has 2 more. Or is 1 and 1 anyway. That's Metzger's third. 24.7 to go. Really where this game changes when Jackson Rumford picked up his 4th foul late third quarter. And that was, that looking back, that 4th foul was the right call. And then pretty much the questionable follow-up that counted for Holcomb at the end of the third quarter. Johnson misses that one. Rumford grabs the board. Scott City has to work down 5. Here's Alex Tarango. He'll flip it behind him to Rumford. Pump fakes. 18 seconds. He'll launch the 3. He'll be short. Rebound loose. And it's going to be... Oh! They're going to give it to Holcomb. And that might about do it. With 13 and a half seconds to go, that was probably the right call. Just a tough one there, but Scott City's going to drop this one. They're going to go 2-2 in the league, and Holcomb's going to get to 9-8, and not an easy road for Scott City. They have they have Colby and Goodland to wrap up the season. 8 seconds to go and a foul, and Rumford will be disqualified. He'll finish with 16 points with 8.3 to go, and that'll be team foul number 10. Corbin Johnson with 2 free throws coming up. Rumford had foul trouble all second half. He had 4 of his 5 fouls in the second half. And Johnson with 2 free throws can finish this game off for Holcomb as Dylan Duff checks in. This will be a tough one for Scott City. They had that 3-point lead late third quarter, and then foul trouble's really caught up with Scott City. Free throw is good, 46-40, 8.3 to go. Second free throw coming up here. It's on the way. It's rattling home, 47-40. Inbound into Metzger. He'll get it with 8 seconds. He has it up top, gets a screen. He'll take it all the way to the rack. He'll lay it up and won't get it. And he'll get the foul on Knoll, his second, team 7th. 4 seconds ago, Metzger with 2 free throws. He has 8 points tonight. Scott City's going to drop to 9-9, and this is one they really had to get. Holcomb just enough at the end here tonight. Free throw short. He's the other one, only one other than Rumford to attempt free throws tonight. They have winter homecoming here after the game. Holcomb will have a happy homecoming and snap a 4-game losing streak. Oh, he missed everything. That should have not have counted in the rebound to Holcomb, and that'll be it. Final score, Holcomb 47, Scott City 40. The Beavers are now 9-8 on the year, 2-2 in the league. Holcomb now 9-8 on the year and 1-3 in conference play. Post-game show to begin after this timeout. This is Scott City basketball.
Lewis Automotive Group in Hayes, Dodge City, Garden City, Liberal, and Topeka treat the needs of each individual customer with
Western State Bank proudly supports Scott Community High School students and athletes as they prepare for another great year of achievements. Just as our students prepare for another successful year, we encourage you to be prepared for whatever life may bring you. Stop in and talk with the knowledgeable staff at Western State Bank, whether it be a new home loan, financing for your business, or any one of our checking and savings account options. We're here to help you. Make sure to check out all of our internet banking options provided at WSBKS.com. Western State Bank, member FDIC. And as always, go Beavers!